What's going on?
Well, the word got out. I'm sorry, Joe.
I've made the sun was out in New England. It's such a rare occurrence. Everybody's outside.
Not really. We
I
just
was
have a thunderstorm.
Yeah, it's coming
Oh.
through. Yeah, we're gonna get rain tomorrow, but no, I'm glad you managed to get over
Yeah.
this, Joe, even if it's for a half hour or so. But good seeing the rest of you guys. I hopefully apologize for. Hopefully, I didn't confuse anybody when I sent the original notification. I put the word Thursday. What I was thinking, I have no idea. But I said Wednesday in the subject matter. The date was right, but I put Thursday, and I had noticed. I just sent it out, and Tom Pereira sent me a private email saying, "By the way, did you notice that you actually put the wrong day in there?" And I said, "No." So
Yeah, you'll have a bigger crowd tomorrow if you sign in again.
They're all waiting for tomorrow.
and people say, "I only look at that first message. That's it. I don't care if it's the date. It says Thursday." I don't know. I think I must be losing my mind somewhere along the
Well,
way.
and it used to be Thursdays, right? Until we moved to Wednesdays. So
I have no idea what I was thinking. I'm trying to think. Did I have something going on Thursday that my mind was stuck on? But who knows? But at any rate, I sent that quick clarification just so people would really, really know what it's meant to be today. But I think probably most people did. But well, okay. So in terms of announcements, there's not much to say. There is a couple of events I just thought I'd raise awareness for you locals. Next, I suppose it'll be next weekend, not this coming one, on June 15th, the Vintage Radio and Communications Museum of Connecticut, they're located in Windsor, Connecticut. They have a swap meet from 8 to 1 o'clock. So if you're in the area or so motivated to drive down there, I hear they've been having some good stuff showing up. And then the following day on Sunday, June 16th, is the next Flea at MIT Swap Fest, where they have the MIT's electronics and ham radio flea market. You can get, judging from what Tom Pereira has been telling me, you get lots of great technology for dirt cheap, like laptops that are not heavily used, and get for $20 that are fully loaded. So come on over, go over there and check it out. So I think that's all the announcements. I don't have any other club announcements. I will be posting the photos from Spring Brookline and the video soon. I've just been a little bit tied up, too many distractions and not enough time. I have to open up my work life somehow. That's what I need to do, so I can actually get other things done in my life. But at any rate, I think those are the only things I need to convey in the short term. Does anyone have anything that they'd like to raise aware? Any announcemements, any items that they want to show or sell, or anything they want to bring up? It's usually.
I've been working on this Radiola 60, okay, and I did some 3D printing for the tuning drum. Other than that, nothing really remarkable, but I was wondering if there'd be any, in seeing that. Oh, yeah. And if it works out, should I put together an article?
Yeah, Rob, if you'd like to write. Of course, I'm sure Joe would be eagerly looking for an article. So
right, please write.
Oh, okay. But I do have some pictures if you want to see what.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. So you're welcome. You could share them now, or you could share them at the future Zoom.
Up to you. No, we can do it. We can show them now.
Yeah, sure. Go on ahead. By all means, I'll give you the floor.
Oh, wow. And the walls? No.
I'll give you. Well, we'll have to see about that. Depends how good a presentation it is.
Right.
You should have share privileges there, Rob.
Oh, okay. So what do I have to do?
Let's see. In the middle of your window screen, the lower, you should see a share screen. It's roughly in the center of all the different icon controls for Zoom. The share screen. You have a Windows machine, right?
Yeah.
So just move your cursor in case sometimes the buttons disappear, like it does on my window.
Yeah, I suspect it disappeared.
Okay, so just move your cursor down to the lower part of the window, your Zoom window, and see if the icons appear.
Okay, hey, there it is.
It's usually green.
Yeah.
There you go. Exactly right. There you go. Something's happening. Ta-da.
Hey.
Okay. When I opened and pulled the radio out, that's what the tuning drum looked like.
Oh.
It's all pot metal.
Yeah.
And it was seized. Just the tuning, the variable cap would not roll at all. It was frozen solid. So I had PB blaster something in there, and whatever, it never came free. So what I did is I took dimensions. Oops. Yeah, there's some more of it. That's the tuning cable, believe it or not. It's a heavy steel cable.
Okay.
But you see, this is all rotted out. It's in pretty
Yeah.
bad shape.
Yeah.
So from the dimensions, I use good old free software. It's come up with this drawing. What it looks like. And here's the 3D rendering. Yeah, there's a cable channel. So really the wire, the cord goes from the tuning mechanism up, around on the other side, through the hole, around this side, and then back down again.
Okay.
And there's my 3D printer. This is one of the earlier versions. I probably did 3 versions of this thing. But you know what it does is there's a vat of goo down here, the epoxy, or it's a resin. And this platform is on a screw with a stepper motor, and it puts it to a certain height and then exposes it, and then raises it up, lowers it down, exposes the next layer. And it does that from here all the way down, and it took it about 6 hours.
Okay. Wow. That's pretty cool.
And yeah, this is one of the earlier versions. When you break it off, you know, you have to kind of get something underneath these. I put these supports on there, and I know there's a much better way of doing it, but yeah, that's what I did for supports. Whoops. And here it is mounted in the thing. You can see the cord goes around here, around the drum. It goes through on the other side. And the interesting thing about this assembly is you see there's a spring right in here.
Yep.
Well, when you relieve the pressure, that just pushes, you know, and so all the capacitors are shorted out. So what I did is I compressed that and put a collar in here. And the collars are on Amazon, and they're come 4 in a pack. I put another one on this end to help keep it pushed that, you know, and centered. Then I did have to recenter all of these guys.
Sure.
Yeah, all kinds of fun.
Wow.
That's what it looks like. Pardon?
That's a labor of love, Rob.
I know, it's makes no sense whatsoever.
Well, actually, I don't know, John. I think we should put him to the test and get him to do some of those pop metal pieces for the Grundigs. And
I was thinking, it's funny you said that. No, except they go to pieces.
Yeah. Anyway,
because there's a big market for replacing busted pot metal in Grundigs, and they're all awful.
Yeah, all their piano key mechanism, the thing just completely blows itself apart. Yeah, if you have an original one, you're considered a rare. It's a rare bird. That's never been touched.
So, anyways, the original zinc thing, or pot metal, was pinned, and there's no way I could get the pin off, so I sawed it, ground it off.
Mm-hmm.
Put a collar on this side, and then I drilled 2 holes. Well, drilled them on a drill press there and there, and basically they're finishing nails that I glued in place, so they're stuck into the plastic. So that's
wow.
Yeah, when it turns, it turns.
That's a great job.
Yeah, and this is to work on the radio. I just put together a plywood and some scrap wood. I could turn it on any side, upside down, or whichever. And that made it a lot easier because this thing's a nightmare. These are the IF cans. And those IF cans have tabs that go through the chassis and fold over.
Okay.
And they made them out of real thick metal. Yeah. Nightmare.
I've got a Radiola 66, so I know exactly what you're talking about with those.
Yeah, what a drag. But I had to pull them apart because I could not get the thing to tune at all at 180 kilohertz IF. So if you look, there's this black goop. It's like a soot. I'm not sure what it is, but I just used rubbing alcohol and cleaned it all off. When I cleaned them, and then I checked them all ohm-wise, and they all looked fine. I put my nano VNA on there, and yeah, everything looked good. I think this crud was conductive or something, because it would not tune whatsoever. But once I cleaned them, put them back in, hey, it tuned right up.
Wow.
And that's where the chassis or the frame is right now, the box. I haven't started it yet. That's next. I want to show you one thing. Pardon?
Nice looking coffin there.
Yeah. Oh, it's interesting. The tag inside here says it's from a piano cabinet manufacturer.
Interesting.
Yeah. From Leominster, Mass.
Really? Wow.
But look what happened when I sprayed this thing with Lysol when I first got it, because of where I don't know where it's been, but look what the Lysol did to the finish. I've never seen that before. It just ate it right up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's really about it. I wish I had a picture of that, but yeah, it's from Leominster, Mass.
That's really interesting. Well, as I'm sure all you guys know that the cabinet maker, for it escapes me. The cabinet maker for Emerson radios.
Ingram.
Ingram, the clock maker.
Right,
Yeah.
thank you. I just had this. I just had this brain freeze. They were in Bristol, Connecticut, so they were another Northeast. They were a furniture maker as well, and they obviously did radio cabinets as well as a side gig. So it's really interesting that some of these Northeast shops made furniture, so it had this side gig, or making pianos in this case.
There we go. Hey, it's back.
Well, it's just everything in scale, right?
All right. So anyways, that's stumbling through 3D printing. You can get all the software for free, but it's their professional Autodesk professional product, and there's YouTubes on how to use it, but you better have a lot of patience. There's many times you just it's very difficult to learn.
Yeah, that's now the thing is. So you have this, working now to your satisfaction in terms of the capsule turning and everything is now.
Yeah. There's only one really strong AM station here. There used to be an oldie station, but I don't know what happened. They're no longer there. But the one strong AM station comes through very clear, and I use signal generator with a pad on it. We could adjust it, and I think sensitivity is somewhere. I think you could just barely detect a signal at about 10 microvolts, which is pretty good probably for that time. Yeah, I think that was RCA's first super heterodyne.
That's really cool. It wouldn't surprise me if you get asked, especially if the people may know that it gets out there that you've made these a replica. You might.
I don't know if I share it with anybody because it's not pretty, but it got there and it works. So yeah, if somebody wants one, I can crank one off, but I'll tell them what they're going to have to do. It's going to take some filing and that sort of stuff.
Right, that's where the labor of love comes into play. But
yeah.
I guess the trade-off is if you can't find a part set, or someone who has some stuff lying around, is the truth of
the problem with that is just like with the Grundigs, you find a part set, they've all got the same problem.
Yeah, I know.
All the same age.
They're all diseased with the same. I know.
So they made this one in 1928. So don't build them like they used to, huh? What's this? 90-some years and it's no good anymore.
Exactly.
Well, the Grundigs were having that problem in the 50s and 60s, and that's 40 years, 30 to 40 years newer, but they still had the problem. Maybe they use even cheaper pot metal to make up being newer.
Yeah.
But they're known also for their piano keys. They would also, and that takes especially use the keys a lot. That takes puts stress on pot metal, and bye bye. It doesn't take as time goes on. That's what happens. But I bought a Grundig 3265 from Don Elliott sometime ago. It was probably around 7, 8 years ago with the one of the Brookline events. I got it from my sister, and he must have had a donor radio, because I got the full rebuild of the piano keys, and so that was my gift to my sister for her retirement / birthday. So my older one. So
I have two, or had two. I don't think they made the cut for the move, but I had the on-off switch would just kind of randomly pop up, and so it would turn itself on. Without, it was like I couldn't push the off button. I'd push the off button and then it would be off, but it might be 10 minutes or it might be 10 days later, it would just boop, pop back up again, and then the radio would come on. It'd be like, what's that noise? It's like, the radio.
it's haunted.
The radio's on again. It's like I had to almost treat it like one of those old 8-tracks with the little matchbook cover. Like if you put a little folded up piece of paper or something in there and kind of wedged it in, then that would keep the button down. But
I reverse. I have a Grundig. In fact, I have to work on it. I think it's a 2464 from 64 or 5. That the FM is in the stuck down position, won't release. So I have to get in there and try and clean it all out. So that, because it's just stuck.
Yeah, that was another thing that would happen with the FM with that key. I couldn't get any good FM reception, and as it turned out, when you push those buttons and the way things move and the little sliders and the little cams and all that thing, I finally figured out that when I pushed the FM button down, it didn't connect the B plus to the RF amplifier for the FM reception, so I wasn't getting anything. So
yeah, it's funny. They can be those sliders can be sensitive. I have a similar problem on a Telefunken, that if I push it a little further down, you get suddenly great reception. It's like I'm not getting great FM reception. I push it down, so like, woo, and it's just I don't know, it's from lack of use. And I probably don't use as much as I should.
A little corrosion on that contact, you might be losing some of the B plus voltage going to that RF stage there at the very front end. You don't know.
If cleaning it or something, because we have enough radios to try. It's sort of the one used all the time, but so I'm kind of looking at it in my car, and my eyes thinking I better play it over the weekend. Make sure all is well. But they get persnickety as they age. And especially the Germans, all their complexity, they're going to make sure to remind you that you should have used it.
And they're fragile enough that you can't just do the pick 2 keys and just go chunk 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 chunk,
Right.
and kind of burnish the contacts just by going like this, because they might just break on you.
Yeah, well, especially on a grinding. Woof. Oh no, it's the shortwave button.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not the one I wanted.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Good
I
stuff.
ran into the Sony ICF 2001, which had a habit of turning itself on.
Oh, that's
And
fine.
yeah, I got it apart and discovered that the electrolytics had leaked, and there were these migrating puddles of slime basically going around and making circuits that shouldn't.
Wow, that sounds like the Ghostbusters or something. But that's funny. Yeah, that's unusual actually. How old was the Sony? Because you don't see that.
2001 was probably 1970, maybe.
Oh, okay.
71.
Oh, it's still somewhat unusual, but very interesting. Very interesting. But
Very fortunate. You'd think if something conductive leaked out that it would short something out and cause a problem, as opposed to do something good like turning it on and making it work.
yeah. But did anyone else have anything they wanted to show? I know I could show share a few photos that Greg had shared with me that they're just a handful of before and after, which I think will only show the craftsmanship of Greg's restorations. But does anyone have anything they want to throw out there before I do that? All right, I'll do. Let me just share my screen. That should be in my queue there. At least I thought I had it. Hold on. Where are you?
I think it was only like a half a dozen pictures.
Yeah, I do. That's weird because it should have, yeah, I have them. It's strangely, maybe I inadvertently closed the window, but easy enough. I'm going to bring it up right now. Just bear with me. It's painting as we speak. All right, now I can share. There we go.
These were just some of the ones that I had shown the before pictures when I got them from the Madison meet we had. This was that $5 silver tone. It's a
Yeah,
4566.
sadly, this is the after photo. No, sorry, Greg.
I made it worse.
That's one of my after photos. We call that patina.
Right, that's right. You get in a can. Shh.
That was the Zenith Cube I picked up there.
Which actually, and it's not in bad shape. As you see, it's not.
Well, what happened was around the top of that, where the radius is, there's just veneer and a substrate, so it's like about a 1/16 of an inch thick in that area, and it started cracking through in a few spots. And the seller tried to cover that up by getting the old extra dark walnut toner out and the cabinet extra dark. But when we get to and there's the Emerson.
That's a really pretty.
That was a $5 one too.
That's it. Is that Ingram?
Ingram cabinet, yeah.
This is beautiful. I mean, with the waterfall grill, looks like it reminds me of the razor, or the
A shaver, like a shears.
Shears, exactly. Yeah, but and then drum roll, everybody. Look at that. That's just gorgeous. Here, I'm gonna crawl in and just look at it.
That is stunning.
It's just gorgeous. What a beautiful piece of, not only a beautiful piece of restoration, but a beautiful piece of radio as well. Just beautiful.
Yeah, it really had some beautiful wood grain under all that dirt and grime and
Nice.
shellac or whatever they put on there.
Yeah, and I think it was complete. You had all the original knobs.
All the knobs, yeah. They just had to replace the decal when I refinished
Yeah, I can see that, but that's okay. That's to be expected.
I'll give you $10 for
it.
Double your money.
Double my money, huh?
No, that's just terrific. Absolutely terrific looking radio. And then here's the Zenith and a lighter looking.
Nice.
Like I said, there was some nice wood under all that dark toner. Took a lot of sanding and stripping. I had to feather in some pieces of veneer on top where it was chipped out, but you can barely see it. You can still see it if you look close, but
and that's when you said you sold already.
Yeah, that one I had sold already. Yeah.
Hey, Greg, I got one of them in a chair side if you want it.
You do, yeah?
Oh, yeah. That's a decent radio for a 5-tube radio.
Yeah, it plays good.
Does the chair side have a turntable incorporated in it? Or
No,
just
it does
radio?
not.
Okay. Sometimes, since it was a chair side and the cabinet was bigger, sometimes they'd throw a record changer in there.
I was kind of hoping it would have been one of those Zeniths that had the colored dial. They look black and white, but when you turn it on, there's red and blue and green.
Oh, the 3-color dial. That's really attractive. That's eye candy.
Yeah. This one was just black and white all the way.
And last but not least.
There you go.
Oh, man.
Look at that. That's another attractive radio. I love that dial face. I mean, it's just gorgeous.
That's some of Michael Katz's grill cloth.
Ah, the man of the cloth. Very nice.
He had the silver tone pattern that not a lot of people do.
He's a great resource.
He is very much
fact,
so.
He's already on our new website, on our resources page. So he isn't currently on an existing one, but since we're getting ready, we're not far away, fingers crossed, about transitioning to our new website. We just have to do some technical transfer stuff, domain transfer exercise. Hopefully it'll be coming in not too distant future and you'll see an announcement. But for now, so because, you know, he's underserved and he's somebody that's useful for people to know. But he's not super far away, he's out in Long Island.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is great, this terrific job on all of these radios.
So basically, I had to add a 6-inch field coil speaker, and I had to add an eye tube and a bracket to mount it in there. But outside of that, it was, and one knob I had to change. But outside of that, it was fairly complete. The chassis was straightforward. No open coils or anything major going on there.
Oh yes, how does it pick up?
Pardon me?
How does it pick up? How's reception?
Oh, it receives very good. I mean, the eye tube was sensitive. And I got lucky on that. The 1 meg resistor in the eye tube socket was still good, which is very unusual. The eye tube itself was sensitive to begin with.
Great. Well, this is really nice job.
Thank you. Because some of those, anybody who's trying to change that, sometimes you wind up destroying that socket to try and get in there to get the resistor out. Some of them they get them riveted together, and
Interesting.
Zeniths especially were bad. The shutter dial ones, the eye tube sockets on those to try and get them apart are just you usually
Oh,
wind
they
up
are a pain.
Can
I'll
you just
agree.
can you just do weird things with other resistors external to it?
Yeah, I've tried that. It really doesn't work too well. You can try wrapping one around 2 pins at a tube and something, or plug it in.
Yeah.
That doesn't really work too well. You got to bite the bullet, and if you destroy it, well, then you got to do some tracing and figure out which wire goes on which pin, because once you take the socket apart, the pins will fly out of their
Right.
locating holes. And
I've had that happen to me, Greg, on more than one occasion. That's no
Yeah.
fun.
no, 'cause I mean, you can get it. You just got to trace it. Make sure you got it going clockwise or counterclockwise the right way, that you don't have it backwards.
Yep. And then put other things in series or parallel or whatever to try to get
Right.
close to the right value to make it the tube work correctly.
Yeah.
Wow, that great job. But
Thank you.
thanks for sharing the photos with me, Greg, because then I get to share with everybody else. But so that's those. Oh, hey, George. Nice to see you. Actually, I'll show one thing real fast before it's more of a toy. Let me share one thing. I bought this at the Fallbrook line. It's a little different from the usual stuff I end up buying. Let me share this. And then we'll go, this is a simple one photo. I ended up picking up this Panasonic receiver from,
Oh, well.
it's a 7670 from around, I think 73. And it has the cool, it's in really good shape. And I got it from Roger. I decided, I've kind of been having a fancy of just having one of these. My father had one of a 7750. It was a quadraphonic system, but I saw this. And I said, these are really nice shape. And I really like to have just one, just if anything, it's to play with. And so I found out just by luck. I was looking on eBay, and a guy had a light kit. I guess he parted out a number of these. And he had a light bulb kit, including the little grain of wheat bulb they use for the stereo light. So I ended up getting that, although the stereo light works on this. I don't have any speakers, so I happened to find a pair on eBay, because they were those things. These pieces are fairly reasonably priced. Of course, on eBay, people ask the gamut, the less stupid money for something that's not worth anywhere near that. But I found a pair of pretty closely matched. What's tough with these is they take 16 ohm speakers, so it didn't have anything at my fingertips just to see. Roger said it worked. I certainly believe it does, but I wanted to get a set of matching speakers and period speakers too, and I got very reasonably priced ones, and they're for just a slightly. The Japanese seem to stamp their speakers with their receiver. So this is normally, with the 7670, you'd have speakers stamped 7670. Even though you look at them cosmetically with another radio, same size, they put the model number on those, and they have to be very likely the exact same speakers, but just putting the matching stamp on the speakers. So I got a 7800 speakers, which look identical, and they're 16 ohm, 6 watt. They're not going to blow your house out, but I said, you know what, it'd be kind of, so for reasonable money, I will have hopefully just a fun little toy, you know. And this has a nice backlight, has this nice green, it almost looks like a green LED strip, which apparently they had one model from what I see that I think it's a 7700 that you tuned it and it would advance. So it had a light that would go, strip that would go advance like a car speedometer almost, instead of a dial pointer.
Like a ribbon that would go
Yeah,
across?
it's a ribbon, exactly. See this, you can probably, if I pull in a little bit, you can see this, I guess I'll show a picture when I do the light kit. So I got some bulbs that are out. I'll replace them, and you'll see it's a nice little green stripe, but they're all just lit up. That's just cosmetic. But this apparently had something that would light across like a ribbon. In fact, it's an automatic tuner. It's got a little, sort of like the Saba radios that had the plus and minus buttons, so you could auto tune your radio. So they did some neat tricks the Japanese did in the early 70s. So I just said, you know what, I would get something modern just as a change of pace, and the price was right. So, but I'll clean this up, and I'll show more pictures later. But I thought I'd just show this as in a little item work in progress, since I haven't even checked to really make sure that it doesn't have any other problems, because I don't have any speakers, which I will have soon. But
looks like it's got a really nice cabinet. I like all that chrome on there.
yeah, it's in really good. That's what drove me in. It's in really solid condition. Needs to be, it just needs tidying up, to bring it up to a couple of levels. But it's all there. No heavy scratches. The cabinet is in very good condition. And I'm amazed, even early 70s, those things are pretty hefty. They're no lightweight piece. They've got heck behind them, and it's not big because the depth of this radio is ends where this boombox sits. So it's only another several more inches, and it's done. So it's not a big, and of course it's not going to win any major sound awards like that beast that I showed you from the Wyndham. The Pioneer, was it the SX 8100 or something that Bruce Phillips sold for like $5K. I mean, that's like 270 watts. That's a beast. Whereas this is a much more modest. But I always kind of liked them, and I thought it would be just fun. It'll be just a fun toy, and it should look cool when it's all lit up and working. So I'll get to find it. It's a every so often I just change up a little bit and try something else to play with. And this was just caught my eye on Roger's table. So, and I will share more with it with the update once I get around to getting the light kit arrived, and the speakers hopefully will arrive hopefully by the weekend, fingers crossed, and it'll give me something to play with and see how things really are on it. Find out if there's anything else in this, but the basic sign of life is there. And Roger had tested it, so certainly that's all good news. At any rate, so that's that. And then what I'll do is maybe I'll just move on to the finishing up the stack of Kutztown photos we have. So let me go reshare. Let's see, where are they? You know what? I have to bring the window up. Hold on a second, guys. Easy enough to fix. There we go. There we go. All right. This is an easy recollection where we left off.
Oh, yeah.
Because we were talking about the end-bodied Oldsmobile here.
The old Calais. Yeah.
Calais that was parked there. So I remembered William say, okay, we'll leave it there because that's an easy, for me, anyone who thinks about cars, sadly, like I do, that's always an easy way to read it. Especially something when you don't see a car like this, because really these end body cars you don't see very often. You know, they
My folks had a 1988 like that. They bought new. It was a 2-door.
yeah, and some of these they're underappreciated. You know, go with a bit of a tangent, a little bit underappreciated. You know, some of the, of course, quality control from GM was a little bit debatable, but they made some neat models, you know, in there. And so,
Yeah.
you know, like the quad 4 powered ones and things like that.
Hmm.
But it's rare to see one. Of course, this one looks a little ragged, but I
They
digress.
didn't sell quite as well as the Sierra. They made a ton of those Cutlass
Oh
Sierra.
gosh, yeah. They were kind of like the bread and butter. They were like the Camry at the time.
Yeah.
Before Camrys really took over and just kind of blew everyone, you know, away by their omnipresence. Okay, now we're back to, you know, a regularly scheduled program.
Ooh, microphones.
Microphones. I think this might be another shot of some of these. I think we had some shots of these earlier in the deck. And of course, these rare, very rare and desirable Home Depot buckets.
I didn't even know they sold microphones at Home Depot.
Yeah.
I got it all. I got it all.
Actually, you got them for free, provided you buy a 5-gallon bucket of paint.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, right.
You
Imagine.
gotta
You
send
use
in
the
those
microphone
rebates.
stand to mix the paint.
Well, actually, those buckets are rejects because they're printed upside down.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
and that's-
Why not?
But oh, and a rabbit.
A rabbit.
there's the bunny.
So it is, and that's live. That looks pretty live to me.
It's a velveteen rabbit.
The lady that walks that bunny around, she's been doing that for about 3 or 4 years. I've actually petted that bunny, and it's very docile and just, you know, cute bunny looking. You know, it's a therapy bunny. That's what she calls it. It's her therapy bunny.
Yeah.
Whoops, what did I just do there? There we go. There we go. That's better. Okay, now we got some. This is curious. Some sort of reel-to-reel thing. Looks like it was out of a console or something. You know, it looks like it was a disassembled.
No, it's got a handle on it. It's a portable.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I guess there's.
A clasp for a lid.
Maybe it's an early web core or something like that.
That's weird how that. Oh, I see it now. I'm sorry, I missed the top of it. Now I see what you're saying. You are
There it
right.
is.
Mm-hmm.
Really curious. You know, is that what that is? Is that a tuning eye? It's really curious. Yeah, unusual piece. All I could think of is good morning, Mr. Phillips. For you Mission Impossible aficionados. And I can't tell the models of these somewhat blurry transistor radios.
They're out there for the witness reception program.
Yeah.
So nobody can identify them.
Ah, there you go, exactly. And in case we can confirm, there is vintage garbage to be found
Yeah.
with a strange, you know, lips on there. Here we go. Now here's a interesting clock. It is a.
Being sold by a hippie. They said it to be 420.
Ah.
It says television on it.
Yeah, I thought it said television. I'm looking at this thing.
Yeah.
It's curious. What this is all about.
My father had something like that on his hand bench
Yeah.
years ago.
So I imagine this kept just scrolling up. These are presumably the
Types of seconds.
It just keeps scrolling along, and it's pretty cool actually.
Yeah, I've got a television clock right here, but the cord's not long enough for me to hold it up, but it doesn't have that kind of dial. It has a round, well, rectangular TV screen, but a round clock face inside of it.
Yeah, you can see the. Yeah, it's just kind of funny. It's just like, you know, it has like it looks like a television. You know, you can see the faux knobs. You know, and I don't know exactly what this button does, but it must do something.
I think that might be an on-off switch for a light
Ooh, what's that?
at nighttime.
Silver Marshall.
Backlight.
Might be. Isn't that pretty? Look at this classic Art Deco design. It's
Wow,
the Midwest, actually. It's Midwest.
Oh, Midwest. Okay. Yep.
Look at those knobs. I love the little handles and so forth. Wow, that's just gorgeous. Look at the wood and all.
It's got to be a high tube count.
Yeah, probably. Probably with all this chrome.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's just, just trying to understand how the dial face looks. I'm just looking at this. I can't really tell what's going on there. Like,
There's that whole background turns, and if you look right down in the bottom of the center, there's a right in there is where you actually get to see what the tuning is, I believe.
okay.
Oh, sure.
At least
Yeah.
that was on one of the sets I said, but now I also see a dial pointer or something up on the left at about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock
Yeah.
position. So
Right.
I'm not sure which one it was, but I know the one I had, the back, the whole thing rotated and with a stationary, pointer.
Okay. How interesting.
And I don't know of a Midwest that had a low tube count.
I know.
That is gorgeous, though. I mean, just look at taking a step back. I mean, all the different veneer colors, just all the woodwork. Wow, that's a beautiful piece.
Probably 15 tubes would be a low tube count for a Midwest.
I bet. I can only imagine what their asking price is on this. Oh, someone came home with.
RCA.
Yeah, it's actually pretty. That's pretty. They really made. I didn't realize they made such relatively small consoles like that. It's relatively petite. Cool.
I still wouldn't want to carry it.
No,
Yeah.
it wouldn't fit in my car.
You just have to get a bigger car.
Well, yeah.
Hey, I've got one of those.
Stromberg.
Yep,
Oh, it's got the mirror on the
with the
top.
mirror on the top. Yep.
Yeah, those are nice.
Yeah, it's very pretty. Mine has that way down where the feet are, way at the left of the screen. That last band of veneer is missing. But I put a light stain on it and kind of gives it a nice, interesting two-tone contrasting finish kind of thing. Plus, I'm no good at putting veneer on, so that's just the way it is.
So I'm trying to
And
actually.
I also put a little RCA jack on the back of it and a Pilot FM tuner that I can sit on top of it so I can listen to FM with it as
Oh.
well as AM.
That's a good idea.
But it's a cool thing. I got that in right off of 495, maybe in the Westford or Chelmsford area. It was back in the good old days when it was actually under the free button on Craigslist.
Wow.
Well,
The guy just didn't want it anymore. It was his dad's or whatever, and he was going to fix it up, and he never got around to it. And he finally just decided to give up and try to give it a good home. And I just happened to be looking at it at the right time.
yeah. There's somebody who is reproducing those mirrors, the glass top for those.
Yep.
Did a very nice job on them too.
I can't remember. Yeah, it's been a long time since I looked. Once upon a time, I was like, you know what? I got the radio for free, and I
Yeah.
fixed it, and it plays well. There are other Stromberg Carlsons that play better, but and maybe I need to tweak it a little bit more, but it has some decent sound to it. I should probably reinvestigate the mirrored top to it, because you have to get the mirrored top that has the place that's not silvered that you can see the dial,
Right.
in the middle.
Yep.
So you can't just put a piece of mirror over the top of it, or you wouldn't see the dial face.
All
Mhm.
right, sure. How unusual. You don't see these very often.
No, obviously it's laying on its back. It's
Right.
stand up,
Yeah, I had
the
to-
other one for the-
I had to take a stop and think about it for a moment until I realized, oh no, this is sitting on its back, and you have to,
Yeah.
This is the top. Cool.
I missed out on an Arvin Rhythm Queen. They're really a nice looking.
Arvin Rhythm. I don't think I've ever seen.
Yeah, you look one of those up there.
Allies.
Allies indeed.
Okay.
Price.
The red one, the black one are 7 transistor, the white one's an 8.
Ooh.
And the only reason I know that is that the ones that are marked long distance are the 8 transistor ones. Those
So
telltale
the
signs.
eighth transistor is an RF amplifier stage or something?
I believe so, yes.
They're in pretty reasonable shape. I mean, you can tell they've got some corrosion going on, like in the stand and so forth, but you know, not too bad, not too bad a shape. Neat set. You get some other a bush. Is that?
That's a sun charger on the left there. I think they made them in '65. That's a 1-year only radio. They're rare. They used to go for big bucks.
What makes it special there, Bob?
I think they had, I don't know what kind of battery it is. I don't know if it was a NiCad or what, but they had a rechargeable battery pack.
Ah, then that's the term.
So you could leave that thing out in the sun, it would charge the battery for you.
Curious. Okay, I did not know they existed.
The
Oh,
only,
now I
only,
see.
only transistor radio I ever saw with a solar panel on it.
So this
Yeah.
this must be it. I didn't realize that was part of it. I thought it was something sitting on top. That must be part of the mechanism.
Yeah, I forget the model number. It's on there, but I can't quite make it out.
I think it's a 555.
Looks like it's only a 2-digit number though.
That 6, 5, 6. No, that can't be right.
Well, I've got my phone here. I can Google it.
But yeah, it's now that I see, I didn't really appreciate that it had this
Even
like,
sun
big,
charger.
this
Cool.
big piece. So you must be able to turn it towards the sun.
Yeah.
You know, must be on it. You know,
Maybe it even like flips and folds down and it is a cover to the dial face or something. I don't know.
yeah. How
You know,
curious.
when you pack it up.
Wow, now that's a factoid I didn't know. Good call there, Bob. I knew nothing about these.
Nope, never saw one, never heard of one.
Oh. Oh.
All right, someone said 555. I think that's the right number. But I don't know what that number is on the front there.
Yeah, I don't know. George gets the cigar, I guess.
Oh, wait a minute. There was a 56.
Aha. Okay. So they were both right. So this is a 56.
This is not coming through. Royal 56 all transistor sun charger, and it had a model number of R555W for the white ones, and then they had a black number as well. But it was a model 56 is the initial number, but the other number was the zenith number, I guess. They came in white and black.
How interesting. I've never
Does it say
seen.
a bit anything about how many they made?
It was probably not very many.
Yeah.
Far less survived. I mean, think about it. You've got a radio from 1965 that was rechargeable, but eventually you know that someone put it away and the batteries were still in it and it leaked and
Maybe.
Yep.
just went bad from there. So that's just kind of an interesting survivor.
Many of the solar cells in those crapped out too.
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct.
Still kind of a cool piece of short-lived technology.
Futuristic.
Right, because we take it for granted. You have rechargeable radio, solar power radios today. You know, they're like those.
Well, you could always plug it into your Tesla and listen to that while you're driving down the road.
Yep. Or hook it up to a windmill or something.
Exactly right.
Hydrogen powered radios.
It's that same photo. I guess it just ends up being a duplicate in the set. A Batman radio. It kind of looked.
I actually know the person that owns that radio, and I know the person that made it.
So
Is
it's
that a Gotham radio?
Well, the radio was actually made by a New Jersey Antique Radio Club member from Canada. And the owner is a recipient of the same club, so who lives in Virginia.
Does it glow? Is there a light behind this, I hope?
I think there is. I didn't see the radio. I didn't get there. I didn't go on Friday because there was kind of a heavy rainstorm and there was traffic issues and everything. So I elected to stay home. It pained me because I look forward to Kutztown every year, but I did go on Saturday. And when Saturday came around, the fellow that has that radio, John, him and the radio were gone. So
Neat work.
but the fellow that made that radio is really a really awesome restorer. He does some nice work. His name is Dan.
Wow, no, great handiwork.
Lives right outside of Montreal.
Huh. Oh, we might have had him as a guest on one of our prior meetings.
Dan Gervais.
Yes.
So, okay, that's the guy who made that radio. I actually have a radio that Dan restored, and it's awesome. Just really nice.
Yeah. Wow. Great. That's really cool. There we go.
We're not here. Call David.
Call David.
David.
What would you like to be called, David? A Grinnell.
That's a little table model console. It looks like a console, but it's a table
Yeah,
model.
I was gonna guess it was made by Coleman. It looked like it might.
I wonder if that's a
Nice
child's console.
Yeah.
There were a couple radio makers. I know Zenith made child's consoles.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool because it looks like it's what, maybe, it does look like about 18 inches tall, 20 inches.
It's probably about the same height as that Philco if it was standing next to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a Model 60 right there. It's probably
Yeah.
as big as the Grinnell.
But geez, I wouldn't mind being a child and having this in my room. I'm a child now, so what's the problem?
We haven't grown up yet.
Arvin?
That's right, Arvin, right there. And we need to call David, although we can't because we're running out of the 4 digits. What do we got?
He's probably with the witness protection program as well.
There we go. There we go. What do we got here?
I have no idea what that is.
Oh,
Something boy. Is that a think about that. What's the name? Because I think the last words of letters are boy, I think.
Not a lawn boy.
Yes, it plays radio and cuts your grass.
you know that dial looks like it's a Philco. Look like I bet you somebody scratched off the word Philco on there.
Really? Well, these people, you're thinking it's another, like it's a Frankenstein, someone made something in there.
That's what it looks like to me because that's the like a 40, 41, 42, something like that. A Philco Transitone used that same face.
I'm perplexed by it's definitely, it doesn't say Philco, these last 3 letters of the.
No, but the actual dial from the Philco did say Philco right there.
Right.
To me, it looks like somebody scratched it off.
Oh, maybe. It's very possible, just a little Sharpie.
Yeah,
Huh.
mystery.
Mr. Radio. This looks like it says, does it say 95?
Looks like it's 80 underneath it.
Yeah, someone
Yeah,
put one line
95
through the
crossed
95.
Yeah, I went down that day. The Philco was being price reduced.
Sale
are-
price.
Yeah, those are quite plentiful. Philco made a ton of Model 60s.
Yeah. So you think that's a rather ambitious price? Well, certainly at 95, perhaps no less 80.
Well, the thing with those is there's a good chance that you'll have at least one open coil on it.
True.
Got
Well,
some
let's see.
German stuff stacked up on the left-hand side there, John.
Yeah, I see all over the place. I'll go zoom in. I can tell you some of these. Well, that's a Telefunken 5353W. That's the blonde version. This is from, I have its sister radio. They made it in 2 versions. The lighter grill cloth with you see the white dial face. So it's like
Yep.
the first dial face. They made it only for a few radios. They did the same thing with the Opus 7 in 1956. But it's actually, and this is teak. It's actually nice. It's when it's all trimmed and proper. It's actually a nice looking radio, just because it's kind of neat. And then I have its sister radio. I had one of these, by the way. I sold it at one of the Brookline shows. I have the sister radio, which has the dark finish with the conventional dark, dial background, and that's in our bedroom. And what's neat about these radios, they're actually 3-speaker radios. So you have sort of your main speaker, and then you have like a little mid-range, and then you have a tweeter. You can see that the imprint of the speakers, but that's how that kind of works. And plus, there's the tuning, the EM84 tuning eye off to the right there. Actually, they're terrific radios. They sound nice. They're about, they're a little long though. They're sort of, think of it as like the early mid-century modern MCM radios with the sort of the cool looking, because everyone was doing it right around, this is from 62. A lot of manufacturers got into doing that. The sort of the cut, you kind of get this L-shaped cabinet design where the speakers could have, at least one, sometimes 2 or 3. This is a top line. Telefunken made like a 2-speaker version in Europe. Looked otherwise pretty much the same. Here's a Zenith. You're almost bound to see one of these lying about. And the price looks about right. This is actually not too bad a price if it's all together,
The $10 one is an AMS from Philco from 1949.
Oh yeah, Roger had one of those for sale. Someone snapped it up. I think he was asking. It was all cleaned up. It worked well. He was asking $40, which I thought was very fair. But then he had a half price sale, like the last hour of the show. He went to a half price thing, and someone snapped it up and ran away like the end of a Three Stooges episode.
You got that much in caps if you replaced all the caps in there. There's a ton.
Yeah, right. He also had a Silvertone AM/FM radio, but I thought the Philco was the prettier, and it was also the bigger one too. But I think someone got a steal. I think they paid $20 and ran away all smiles.
Oh, definitely.
He might have mentioned, I can't remember, and I don't want to mislead. He said, I can't remember whether he said AM was a little bit was maybe a problem, but FM was great. But maybe it worked in both bands. But I know FM worked great on it. I know he had said that. But.
No extra charge for the silver mica disease.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, those had the FM antenna was strung right along the dial, the line cord.
Yep.
So you had the longer you stretch the cord out, the better reception you get on FM.
Right.
It's got to be a GE, a 1941.
Yeah, I'd say that's a GE. I would agree with that. Actually, a neat looking cabinet. This needs a lot of work though, this one, but actually, this is a GE up here too. This 8 o'clock radio.
Oh wow!
And it's free. See the little tag up top?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
There's another free one to the left of it. I don't know what it is, but
Oh yeah, some sort of portable, got a handle and all. Unclear. Looked like there's actually a pretty good deal spot here.
like a lunchbox style or something.
Hey, look at this pretty one, Silvertone, just big.
Free Silvertone.
And I don't know what's behind.
Cash. All right.
Cash, free.
Free cash. Excellent.
Free cash. I guess
Let's all look in that box.
the honor system here, I guess,
Some kind
I
of.
guess he was a remedial
radio
seller.
Or just a speaker behind it. Looks like just a speaker.
Oh, this one right here?
Dial and stuff on the other side. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know unless I'm trying to see what's behind this, because I see what looks like maybe the surround piece right here. So maybe it may be sort of like the style that Telefunken that we were talking about. Maybe everything's off shifted to the right, and the rest is. I have no idea what it is though. I doubt it's German, but
No.
FM communications receiver, Lafayette, Ham.
Well, that's good if you want to listen to 6 meters. Good luck with that. That's AM only, I think. Oh no, it is FM.
There's FM.
It is FM.
Yeah. He had some curious stuff the guy was trying to move. Well, that's one of those Mitchell.
Headboard, yeah.
Actually, it looked to be pretty much there. I can't tell what the price
They
is.
must have made a lot of those because we've seen a lot of those in various swap meets.
What?
I'm jealous because mine's missing that plastic
Oh,
lens.
yeah. Now, definitely a couple of German ones now. This,
Yep.
I think this is Grundig, but I can't swear to it. The angle is tough. 120, I think, dollars. So,
Yep.
this is probably Grundig. I think the telltale sign is generally the little dial. Typically, Grundig used the thumb wheel style adjusters for bass and treble, but I can't say that for certainty that nobody else copied them, but they were the most likely candidate. And up top here, that's a tough one. It's German for sure, but what it is could be Philips too, is a possibility. We'll never know unless there's a better picture. Good look. He's got oh, he even have stuff down below. We didn't even look. more freebies.
Oh,
Wow, that's a cheap if you price it by the pound, free.
Yeah, look at all that stuff. I mean, who knows what kind of shape.
That's pretty cool looking, whatever that thing is with the four
Yeah.
knobs on it. Looks like it's maybe AM, FM, and
I'm trying to see what that is. Trying to see what that says, because there's definitely wording on the strip right here where my cursor is. I don't know what it says. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 words. 7 letters. I don't know what that is.
I'd like to buy a vowel.
I'm afraid Lana White. I am not. Vanna White. That's her name.
The Stromberg Carlson, I think,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Could
the
be.
one next to the other radio.
This one here, and
Yeah,
then some sort of mystery. I wonder if that's European. That's an interesting.
Yeah, that looks European to me, like French.
I wonder if that's that big Philco. I forget the model number of it, but Philco made a multi-band that was kind of for the export market. I wonder if that's the radio.
Maybe.
Oh, I mean, Philip
Looks a little like it.
Yeah.
I can confirm that
Definitely
I am not.
different kind of stuff.
Yeah, he had the whole gamut. American. I see this clock radio down here of some sort. Silvertone, I think.
That's a decent AM FM radio.
Free. Well, missing knobs, but
Just missing a couple knobs.
they could be had.
You gotta go on a knob hunt.
Yeah. I suspect it wouldn't be too hard to find. Yeah, there's actually some good deals to be had on this table. The video part.
Oh, this is the auction.
Right. I'll park this one. And actually, I'll do
What time of the year is that?
This was May, but it was wasn't it a rainy weekend?
This was Friday night.
Wool caps in May. It's like, no wonder I don't live up there anymore.
I'll tell you what, from the people I talked to that went there that day. Well, first of all, I got two phone calls and 2 texts from people that said I was smart and stayed home that day because it was cold and wet and windy. And you don't want to be outside all day and that stuff. So that's probably why the guy he's dressed up as Elmer Fudd, I guess. Kind of trying to stay warm here.
Hunting radio.
I don't recognize the man. I have no idea who that is. The fellow with the red ball cap is Darren. He's a dual member of the New Jersey club and the Pennsylvania club. And him and another guy have an auction company that my wife and I help them out with.
Oh, okay.
So if you're wandering your web and you go to JD Auctions LLC,
Oh, I've heard of them because
that's their company.
I see. Good to know. Right. Now I have another set of pictures and we'll skip through any duplicates, but they were from a different attendee that I happened to receive. So let me just quickly stop sharing, switch these off, go to this, back to share. Whoops. Hello, Pear. By the way, I good to see you arrive. There we go. Just
Yeah, I almost missed the meeting.
better late than never, Pear.
Yeah.
But
You only missed the cartoon. The movie hasn't started yet.
yeah, that's right. All right, this must have been setup time. Oh, I see one of those Grundig repros, the classic, the 960 classic. That's a, Chinese knockoff, but they're actually good looking pieces.
I want to know why this guy is bent over on the floor looking through a box of tubes.
Yeah.
Not to
And
mention,
I'm wondering if he hit his head on the table.
well, I was going to say it's the same thing there, Greg. This is the inevitable, and you see that everything could jump about a, quarter inch up in the air.
Well, if I see any of the Pennsylvania guys calling a guy lumpy, then I know it's him.
Or you have
crushed by a gigantic oscilloscope.
there's bound to be some Three Stooges sound effects in this.
Yeah, this is an accident waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everybody knows all the best.
This had to be
deals are
from
around.
Thursday too, because everything is dry.
Lots of tests.
Look at that classic HP, probably some kind of maybe audio oscillator or some frequency band over there on the lower left.
Yeah. Receiver. Let's get a bunch of stuff here. Oh, there we go. Now you know.
There we go.
Oh, it's the Simpsons.
Oh, he's looking at meters. I thought he was looking at tubes.
Yeah, meters.
Well, nevertheless, he don't have to worry about getting his hair stuck to the wood.
No. But you could see the upward collision of the head table and perhaps the gentleman standing next to him.
Next time I see John, I'm going to ask him why he took this picture. I think it's hilarious myself.
Right.
I would bet that each one of us has been in a situation like that more than once.
Oh, you know it.
Times.
Oh,
Exactly, George. We've all been there and done stupid things like this.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. That's nice. Gold.
The sound of coconuts.
Maybe he's a ham and he's interested in the 6 meters band, and so he's seeing if there's 6 meters in that bucket.
Instead of seeing meters, he was seeing stars after that.
Yeah. That's funny. Wow, there's a lot of pictures devoted to this man's quest.
How long was he under that table?
Maybe his name was Homer.
Yeah,
Oh.
looking for Simpson.
There we go. Wow. Wow, another one. Wow, these are well dedicated photos to this one particular table. There
Looks
we
like
go.
a lot of the others are empty though.
So apparently they were all into the Simpsons, sorry, meters.
Some test leads.
The parking lot. Yeah, it's dry. I guess it must have been Thursday then. Wow.
Yeah, it was. This is still nice and dry on Thursday.
It must be set up time.
Typically, Thursday is like the dealers' days, and it's really funny because they just like exchange stuff.
Yep.
They're just like buying and selling from each other and then getting their tables ready. I just show up early on Friday morning, set up my stuff, and start selling.
Oh, a close up because we had to be sure that we want to see this nice dented up Kia.
Quite the collection of vans and minivans.
That's right.
There's minivans and SUVs and rental trucks, and
yeah, gone are
you
the
see a little bit of everything.
yeah, gone are the days of the Ford Country Squires and the Chevy Impalas and everything else. And of course,
I mean, I drive my Buick Wagoneer with it. It cost me $100 to drive there and back. You know, the way it uses gas.
yeah,
And I only have a 2-speed automatic in there, so that would just kill me at the pump.
yeah, I know your gas meter is moving faster than your speedometer needle. Wow, and yet another one.
That's the same one.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I cannot explain the devotion to these photos, but
Who took these pictures? The guy who owns that table?
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe it was his table. I do see actually a boombox here, I think. Maybe.
Actually, there's a sign there with the guy's call sign on it.
Yeah.
So you can look up his call. What is that?
Oh,
and you can look that up on QRZ and find out who that is.
true, we could.
If you want to.
We could. So it's still set up. This is clearly Thursday. You see a lot. This is early points.
There just wasn't an awful lot else to take pictures of.
There we go. Now there's something at least.
Yeah.
There you go.
There's a switch.
Look at that. Yeehaw. Look at all these.
I'm looking at that Zenith porthole TV to the left of that.
Yeah, with the cabinet.
It's got French doors on the front of it.
It's pretty
You know,
good.
down the road from where we have the 2 Brookline shows, there used to be a last Sunday of the month automotive swap meet. And people used to call it the Amherst swap meet, but it was technically, I think, still in Brookline or Hollis or something.
Yep.
There. And for probably close to 3 years, there was a guy who dragged a porthole television set, but it wasn't a Zenith. It looked like that Zenith, but it was a Raytheon porthole television, and it was, the cabinet was painted orange with a brush. I mean, it was like, and he just kept dragging it there month after month after month, and and nobody ever bought it. I don't know where he finally just got
Maybe he was just watching TV on the side of the road and he painted it orange for the oncoming traffic.
I don't know, but it was just like, okay, it's kind of cool for that New England thing. It's like, oh, a Raytheon television set. But
Wasn't there a logo have orange at one point in their lives? Maybe it was inspired by the color of the Raytheon logo.
I don't know, but
Oh,
even I didn't want it.
gosh.
It's probably inspired by the overabundance of orange paint in his basement.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's pretty disturbing. It's too bad. Yeah, it's a little bit better photo. Come on. Here we go.
My grandma had one of these. That's the only reason why I associate that thing.
It's cool though.
It's so cool.
It's cool. I mean, this is in pretty nice shape. I mean, the grille cloth looks almost new. I mean, unless it is new, but it looks in really nice shape.
Well, I think the French doors that kept the front of that covered probably preserved it.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah,
Kept
probably.
most of the nicotine off of
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
it.
but it's actually in pretty decent shape. Yeah.
It'll buff out. The car reference, right?
Right, exactly.
Well, we've seen these mixing boards before.
Oh, sure. Well, at least we've seen some different things that we didn't see in the last set of photos.
Yep.
So yeah, it's worth it. Get to see some things. I won't overdo these, but lots of mixers. More distant stuff. See a console here. I think that's a Zenith.
Some empty tables in the middle.
Yeah. Presumably to be filled soon. There we go.
Ooh, on a cart.
Wow.
Back in the day when 20 megahertz was fast.
Hey, I know, huh? RCA Radiotron books.
Got some nice inlay in the veneer on whatever it's sitting on top of.
Yes.
No. There we go, another one. horn.
Oh, I thought it was a witch's hat.
I was gonna say, or this side of the Harry Potter set. NASA space artifact. Interesting. Well, that's kind of cool. What do we got going
That's
on?
a HP oscillator.
Yeah.
A
Test
NASA
Seen them
oscillator,
around.
851A.
tag. Category 2. Let's see what the tags. Oh yeah, you're right. NASA. They use that for something. Oh, that's kind of neat. There we go. RCA Victor.
Nice.
There we go.
Little neon action.
Pretty
Yeah.
cool. Oh, that's worth it. Nevada radio, NV radio. They would say NV radio. NV? No, I think it was Nevada, but they say Virginia plate, so you never know what that means.
75A4.
Where is Gary when we need him?
That's why the tables are as strong as they are.
Oh gosh, yeah. It's,
Got something else piled on top of it too.
This is when you're picking one of those, when you're picking up one of those, you have to use the from the Seinfeld reference with Izzy Mandelbaum. It's go time. Oh,
Yeah.
right back. Oh, another Collins. Katsumi Electronic Kier. Interesting.
Oh, that's a 2 meter, 6 meter rig.
Oh, okay.
Collins. I don't think I've ever seen one of them.
I don't recall.
Oh, that's a transmitter.
Integration.
That's a 2 meter and 6 meter transmitter. How you like that? A transceiver. Never seen one of them before.
Lots of meters. Get some. For meters, is the place to go. But you don't have
Transformers.
You don't have to crawl underneath anything to find them, though. That's a good thing.
Looks like a 10 kV Cal prod over there on the table on the red box.
The Magnastat.
Let's see. Does that yoke work?
Yeah. Only after you put a nice coating, fresh coating of Corona dope on top of it to stop it from arcing.
Right. Well, close up at the meters.
A Weller Magnastat of all things.
Well, let me go back. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I see it in the back. Yeah.
You're the Variac there.
Yep. It's right there. Oh, one opened up there. It doesn't look like it's missing part of its case.
Well, you can build it into a box.
Yeah. Yeah.
For some reason, every time I see one of these, they're going for like stupid money. It's amazing what they're going for. These Heathkit cap checkers.
You can buy a lot of capacitors for the money they are asking for one of the checkers.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Here we go. That is a crystal set.
Yeah.
Yep. Spring loaded.
It's got to be Michael Katz. Is speaking of Katz. Oh, okay, here's a horn.
Pretty interesting horn.
I'm trying to think what that connected to.
I don't know. Good body man could straighten that out.
That's right. We'll go over here. Something. Let's see what that's over there. Oh, now here we go. Now here's something interesting.
Ooh, it looks like one of Greg's.
That's a Stromberg, I think.
Yes,
that's a
Stromberg
Stromberg.
Carlson. Let's see if I can read the. They're asking, I think,
Yeah,
650.
this whole the classic Stromberg little colored dots that are usually long gone.
Yeah,
650.
650. Wow.
Look at the size, and it's 24 inches wide. Wow.
Oh yeah, so you're right. 24 by 13 by 13 and a half by 11.
Yeah.
It's small by Stromberg Carlson standards.
Yeah.
That's
Probably heavy too.
It's
That's
practically a portable.
That's German radio territory with something this big.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is well, it's actually beautifully done radio.
The wood is stunning on that thing.
Yep.
Interesting dial faces. Tuning eye. Yeah, it's quite the piece. Quite the piece. What we got here? Is that a Crosley?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Nice shape. Up, another look at the same radio. Same Stromberg. That's nice. Oh, here we go. A vacuum tube amplifier.
Audio file type stuff.
Jared. Yeah. Who the?
He went to Jared.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the girl goes running out with her eyes streaming in joy.
With a vacuum tube amplifier. You went to Jared.
Damn, I wish they were, because there's one in Sudbury not too far from me. But that's the wrong Jared. That's a beast. I'm not sure you get that on your.
Look at the size of the transformers
Yeah,
behind
well,
it.
that's the giveaway that it's
That's-
supposed to tell you that it's good, right? The one nice big honking power transformer and then the two audio output transformers, and look at all the filter caps.
You better bring a friend to go lift this baby up. Yeesh.
Your wallet's gonna be heavy too if you want to take that home.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Might have a weight limit in your own vehicle.
What's that receiver tuner thing in the background?
Yeah, let me first. I was looking at that. I couldn't really tell. I can't tell that because I see something, a logo or something. I don't know what that says.
No.
Nothing I've ever seen before. So it's hard to make any heads or tails out of it.
It had a Heath kit look to it. That bottom white section.
Mm.
You may be right there, Joe. We're all
Yeah,
scratching our heads on this one.
definitely freaky.
Together.
One knob.
Yeah.
And I can't tell what's up here in the upper left corner because it's cut off by the photo. No.
Maybe just an on-off button and then I don't know what.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just an AM/FM tuner, and so there's two little buttons there, one for AM and one for FM, and then just a tuning dial.
Yeah. No, you may be right. The mystery unit.
Does that look like it had a remote control on the top right of that? In fact, you go up top and it looks like there
Oh yeah.
looks like
it
there's some sort of a
little remote
knob or
sitting there.
something crunched right up against the edge of to the left
Yeah.
of that.
Looks like a little black remote control with buttons on it laying on the top.
Good
I don't know
catch
if it's for
there,
that
George.
unit or not, but maybe it is.
Maybe.
We'll never know.
Adding to the mystery.
A key.
A key. Yeah, actually, going back to that mystery radio, it's actually it impresses me that when you take the collective knowledge of all you attendees on there. And if we're stumped, stumped, especially a lot of you guys are stumped, that's impressive. There's some weird stuff out there.
Tom would know what this is.
Yeah. The club. Yeah, Tom is, hopefully we'll see Tom hopefully in the next within the next few meetings. He's just a busy, busy man. And what do we have here? Phillips. $50.
Look at all those little buttons.
I know. Gives a great time just playing around with buttons.
What's that say on the Post-it note? It says Mattel, $50.
Mattel. Yeah, Mattel or something. Or Matt. I don't know. Matthew? I don't know.
Maybe that's what it is.
Matthew, yeah.
Matthew.
I think that's probably Matthew.
It's the Matthew price, $50.
Or maybe Matthew is $50. Don't know what the price is on this. Oop, somebody bought something.
I saw somebody buy that Saturday.
I have no idea what they bought, but they bought something.
It's a ethnic fly swatter.
There you go.
Looks impressive, but doesn't kill any bugs.
Oh, another old HP scope.
There's an old one.
Walk down memory lane for you there, Noah.
Hey, Noah. That bring back memories?
Yep. Not too many good memories, but we always used to get beat up by all the engineers. All those damn HP scopes don't trigger. That's why we use Tektronix scopes, because they trigger better.
Look at this Variac.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's serious.
Ah, look at this handle. It came out of a submarine.
Now you put on your Ready Kilowatt t-shirt and you start demonstrating that for the youngsters.
Yeah.
GR, is that General Radio or is that something else? Well, look, this must be in Pennsylvania. There's a can of Yingling on the table behind it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yes, indeed. And this.
Oh, and there's a guy with a sandwich and a big beer belly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, in fact, actually,
I hate to say, I think I know who that is too.
You realize the belly? I look at it. If I would say, I'm judging, I would say that's a beef-like substance.
Yeah.
Like hamburger.
Yep. They actually had a guy with a truck, a lunch truck, and he was making hamburgers and sandwiches. I think they had a roast beef sandwich. He was charging like $16.50 for a roast beef sandwich or some crazy number like that.
Yeah, but if you're stuck in the booth, or you don't want to leave the.
You can. Yeah, when you're like that, you can pretty much name your price. Because the people that normally do the cooking there, they weren't there this year, so they had to do something at the last minute.
Yeah, he's definitely got his airbag fully deployed there. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That's a good one there, Noah. Good one. Poor guy. He opened it.
I don't think it says Takata on it, though. It's probably made in USA.
Yeah.
Well, that's because all these shrapnel comes out. Well, I guess let the meeting minutes reflect there was a mystery stomach or a mystery airbag. Oh gosh.
15 amp.
How many
on there? Or was that the?
Come on, it couldn't be. That's got to be a lot more than that.
Oh, max current. Okay.
I thought you still talking about the stomach.
2 kVA. That's more like it. That's
there
the
you
number
go.
You want to look at.
You can see
You can hear it. You can hear the windings vibrating across the room.
Like that. You see a TO behind it.
Yep.
Yeah, with 2 wrong knobs on it.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at it. I said they don't look right.
That's either an HE005 or a G500, one or the other. On the same dial.
Yeah, here's some early stuff.
I have no idea.
There's another.
Like part of a greeby?
Look at that. That's pretty cool.
Hmm.
There's a whole gaggle of them.
A gaggle of greavies. Maybe that's the official word for it.
I wonder if that's a homebrew.
It might be.
There's some more fun stuff.
We got keys and
Got more stuff in there. Crystal radio stuff.
yeah, crystal radios and quite a variety. Ah, this is I think one of those knockoffs, right? Is that a knockoff?
That might be
Yes.
a real thing.
No, chrome
No.
feet,
Chrome feet. huh?
wrong knobs.
It's just dirty. It looks old.
That's the patina to make people.
Yes, patina.
Yeah.
And
I just spent
profes-
3,000.
professionally antiqued.
Yeah, and charged probably $3,000 for it.
You can have a big mantle for
Wow.
that. Man.
That's a Telecron.
Yeah, we've had a power failure.
That's a beast. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Da, 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 right there.
Yeah.
That's a beast for a Telecron. Usually they're more diminutive. This one looks pretty.
Well, we have to see it standing next to something else. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I'm being, but this looks pretty big for now.
It looks like it's pretty hefty, though. It's taken up a good portion of that table.
Yeah, it's wide. I don't see Telecrons that big that often. That's a beast.
That's something you keep around when you need a lot of time.
Yeah.
Ah, there you go.
Go pitch a tent.
It's a tent. Look at that. That's a
They actually have campgrounds there. You can either pitch a tent, or if you've got I know a couple guys that have like campers or fifth wheel.
Yeah.
They got plenty of stuff over there. You can park it and
yeah.
camp out for the night. There's no like things for electric or anything like that, but
Yeah.
I know guys that sleep in their car.
Oh boy, that can't be fun.
Well, depends on the car.
Yeah.
You know, if you have a Volkswagen, that's kind of tough to do. If you have a Lexus, it's probably not too bad.
No. I'd like to have a nice big, station wagon. I can just roll, if I can do it.
I know a guy that sleeps in his Prius, but he's like 4 foot tall, so it's no big deal.
Oh my God.
Yeah. My friend Marty. Yeah, these guys are toward the back. Actually, when you first pull into the entrance there, these guys are always out there.
Yeah, look at that. They not only are they trying to sell a console, but they brought a Bobcat to move it with for you.
I don't think that's their Bobcat. I think that belongs to the people
We'll take
that
this. We'll
own
take
it.
this to your car for you.
Yeah. Free delivery.
Put it on top of the roof, the car tips over like the Flintstones.
That guy always puts out interesting stuff, though.
That's a
The
magnet.
time to buy is late in the day on Saturday when he's packing up. Obviously, you don't want to bring it home.
There's one of those Bing Crosby blinking 78 RPM players over there.
Oh yeah, the junior jukebox.
The
Yeah.
Junior Juke. I had one.
Oh,
of those,
yes.
but, you know.
Yeah.
That's right.
I was looking for a 1201, but yeah,
No. The other kind of Bing Crosby
Yeah.
or Junior Juke, whatever.
You see the garbage can all the way to the left? It's right behind that on the table.
yeah.
That yellow thing.
Yep.
My cursor, but yeah.
And
That's
it
it.
flashes. It blinks. It's got like a little
Blinks.
disc that's in the bottom of where the light bulb screws in.
Oh.
They're as rare as hen's teeth.
And it's got something like a 1 tube or maybe a 2 tube amplifier in it. It's not very
Yeah,
good.
I think it's only two at the most.
Yeah, 2 at the most. And it kind of has like little Pennsylvania Dutch girl type weird graphics on the side.
Yeah.
They must have made quite a few of those.
Well, in the late 40s, he was the #1 box office star. He was
Yeah.
a pretty big deal at that time.
Oh, sure. No, he was in a ton of movies, and then had those movies with Bob Hope and
I did all the road movies with Bob Hope and
like I remember watching as a kid. You know,
Dorothy Lamour.
they were actually kind of funny. Some of them, you know, they had their moments.
Yep.
I didn't mind them as a kid. If they have my mother having it on, I was like, okay. I don't know. This debates whether we should have Sanford and Son music playing in the background here.
My empire.
It's his empire.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
That is the main entrance right there.
Oh. I thought someone was trying to sell some sort
So
of
the guy that's got
antenna.
the neon green coat bent over and the guy with the orange shirt, they are your greeters or bouncers or
I
however
was
you
going
want
to
to
say,
call it.
look, maybe bouncers, yeah.
Monsters, yeah. Get out of here.
Well, no, when I pull up there on Friday mornings, I have to show them my mail work, my paperwork like I have here.
Right.
This my Kutztown paperwork for the fall already,
Very good.
which you have to prepay in advance. So I got my tables ready to go for September.
All right. Well, hopefully the world will be better than it was this past.
So I don't know why they assemble that thing. I don't know if they're just going to put up a sign or, put up a stage with, can girls or something. I have no idea what they're going to do.
Thought it was some strange design Yagi or something, They were going to just, looks like some kind of big antenna.
I'm sure they have intentions to do something with it. It's, it's not that they like to play with record sets.
Like they got the guy wires connected to the Porta Johnny.
Wow, there we go. That's
So when lightning hits it, if someone's sitting on the top of that thing they're gonna be in for a rude surprise.
Yeah. You'll get done in a hurry.
Yeah.
or you get catapulted to the door with in a compromised position.
Yeah.
You think that guy under the table looking at Simpson meters had problems? Wait.
Yeah.
The best is yet to come.
Who needs X-Lax?
I was gonna say, yeah, I was thinking about that. Yeah, that's nature's correct all. Oh, there we go. There's Renegade. Speaking of them.
So this is the entrance to Rangers off of the road that you see that the car coming from the other way. That's called Noble Street.
Wow.
So 740 Noble Street. That's the actual street address. And it's a family kind of a thing too, because you can take your wife and kids and walk around the place, and they have antiques and a lot of Amish farmers are in there with fresh beef and eggs and vegetables and flowers. If you want to bring flowers home to plant, and it's just a really cool spot for a radio show. Matter of fact, you can even see the Illuminated Sciences radio show, May 10th and 11th, right there.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
And
just before the funnel cloud came through and touched down.
This might be Friday morning, early Friday morning.
Oh yeah, this looks a little more complete too. And we're back to the same table.
Oh, now it's got Fried Eisman there.
Yeah, we got Fried Eisman, the same
K3 DTS.
There we go. You were right. You'd be right. A dog. Is that looks like a corgi almost.
Oh, I can't.
How much for the dog?
Is that dog AM or FM?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess the things look a little more open, and the dog is standing. It looks like a corgi-ish.
It's a corgi.
A lot more people in the background.
Yeah.
Again? Oh, this is a different person taking a shot of the same thing.
Yeah, I guess so. Caliber.
Low frequency oscillator.
Yeah, there are some redundant photos here. Ugh, there we go. Ah, Napa man. A man with Napa racing, NASCAR race.
He's placing his bet for the horse races later.
Yeah, it's a
That's
guest
his
book.
bookie right there.
Yeah.
This mysterious hooded man.
Drawing out the schematic or something.
Yeah, and taking away something.
Ooh, and we had a sail of a boat anchor of some sort.
Yeah. But more said equipment. For 1920 spark transmitter 1275, an SCR 105 spark transmitter and crystal receiver. Oh, there it is. I guess.
There it is.
Wow, that's a beast. It looks almost military grade.
Or a prop from a Frankenstein movie or something.
Yeah, I know. Get yourself a Jacob's ladder and you got the full.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Why would you want to buy a spark transmitter? I mean, what are you going to do with that other than display it? You know?
No.
Yeah.
You're gonna talk to your crystal receiver with it.
Yeah.
Set type, yeah, there it is. I got some description there. It's got all the documentation.
Oh, complete with owner's
Number
manual.
21.
Wow. That's pretty cool, actually.
Probably more for a collector of military stuff than a radio guy.
Yeah, I suspect that'd be the case.
It's kind of a narrow window, I think.
You could be the only kid on your block with one.
That's for sure. Oh, he looks delighted.
He looks delighted.
Maybe he just sold that big military thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
That's 46 Crosley. Oh, no. Right, I guess that's, yeah.
Greg could fix it up.
Yeah.
I think that is not the original box for that. I think
I was
that's a
gonna say it
homebrew
looks
one.
pretty homemade.
Yes.
You think so? The cabinet is, yeah, that might have been a,
Woodshop project.
says works, but, you know. Yeah, that sounds about right, Greg.
Could have been a plastic cabinet at one time that got dropped and
This guy moved some stuff, or maybe he's cleaning up because that's, you still didn't sell that Panasonic. Oh, someone may have grabbed that early set.
a lot of computer speakers.
Yeah. So yeah, there's definitely a old set.
It's a $3.
Got the headphone and someone's rear end. That's certainly vintage.
I hope that guy's got something in his pants. It's all his like butt was square. I don't know if you caught that or not. I mean, it's kind
Oh,
of
look
a
at that. There's
strange
a picture of
observation.
the-
Oh yeah.
It's like, what's the guy got in there? You know, a
that
six
big-
pack or what?
The wallet, the big.
It lights up and tells you stop.
It's a third
It says-
third
It lights up and says "pass in danger."
Yeah.
Yeah, warning, warning.
Hey, buddy, the potato goes in the front. You know.
Trying to smuggle something out of there, I guess.
No one will touch that part. I'm sure to get out of here with whatever. I wonder if I could fit a console in there.
All I know is I hope this guy's working on a battery set and that thing ain't live.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
You
there's
know,
a
you're
front
in
of it.
Pennsylvania. Look at that, Medikevich.
Right.
Fried Eisman.
Reed Eisman, yeah. There we go.
There's your model number.
Lafayette crystal converter.
Huh.
Well, look at this. Look at this beast.
Beats me.
Crystal converter, says here. I don't know. So we have a little bit of it's the same Lafayette. Oh, there we go. We got
Another tube amplifier.
yeah.
CD player,
So he's playing a CD player through that thing.
huh? Yeah.
Lots of tubes.
$1 each. All right.
Full lot for 80.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
70 of them are 6AU6s.
No, they're all 1B3s.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
1B3s, yeah.
Another mixer of some sort.
I think we saw these already.
Yeah.
I don't think I circled back. I think these were just
No, it was in the other deck, but we didn't see these. Look at all this stuff.
No,
There's
this
some-
wasn't. We didn't see
there's
this.
some Dynaco stuff.
yeah, I got a whole there's some cool
some-
stuff over there.
Looks like maybe some Marantz.
Yeah.
Like some
Ooh, look at these beasts.
ooh ah
Ooh,
Wow.
cool.
Something Jubilee.
gold plated.
30,850. The low price.
Hey,
It's the Golden Jubilee version.
yeah.
Something power amplifier. Peter Walker, it says. This is a Peter Walker quad.
Quad.
1997, I think. 10/4/97, I think it says.
Yeah, well, up the top it says 96 under the Jubilee.
Yeah,
thing, so
you be
it was
right.
Designed the original design,
Wow.
But it's signed by Peter
limited
Walker.
edition.
Limited
that-
edition of 600 pairs built to the original design specification. Wow.
Okay.
All right.
Another
Wow.
little. That's where you slip the other little piece of paper there that says, "Yeah, no parts available anywhere to fix one of these if something
Right.
goes
Yeah.
wrong."
I can't imagine trying to pick one of these things up. Oh my God.
Right.
They look frighteningly heavy standing at.
Dual mono blocks. That's how you get your stereo. You got to get. It's probably. Hopefully, it's 3850 for the pair, right?
Yeah, I would assume so. They look like two straight eights just sitting there and trying to lift this
Yeah, exactly.
out of an engine bay. Here's another one.
ST70. It's a Dynaco type thing. It sure looks like one, but maybe it's
Says
a
ARC.
ARC 1200. Looks a lot like my ST70.
What we got going on here?
SAE. Like an equalizer or something.
The stand back little pan out.
In case you're trying to set up a disco or something.
Yeah, I guess. There's signal generator, meters, purple speakers.
Mm-hmm.
It came out Prince's first apartment.
Yeah.
Dynaco back there on the table.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Leaky caps.
Yeah.
Charge one of those up, toss it to your buddy across the room.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Here, catch it. Ah.
We used to take them and charge them up and put some oxidized copper wire around them and put them in the locker. So when they'd go to open up the locker door, it would
Oh
short out.
yeah. There's the helicopters.
That's like 62. That's got FM on it, by the way. It's a cool radio. It's heavy as heck, though.
Got AM on it too.
Yeah.
Right. This has FM. Which is quite a beast.
It's pretty bizarre.
It is. That's really interesting looking. Looks like it's the same manufacturer, just in a bigger elongated case or something. So
These are battery sets from the early 20s.
Yeah, I think the one on top was supposed to be a portable.
Right.
I think they're both supposed to be portable.
Ooh,
Actually,
look at
I
the
think.
antenna sticking out of it
Yeah.
too.
I just recognize the top one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think the other set deck had something out of this. Yeah.
There's an old picture of Armstrong sitting on the beach with his wife just before he got married, and he's got the bottom radio on the beach, and they're just sitting there, listening to it. And I'm imagining it having that as a portable radio, with the batteries and everything in there, and the speaker. I think it had to be at least 50 pounds.
Oh, sure.
The only picture I thought that was funnier is the guy sitting on the camel with the Transoceanic.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of 45.
Well, do you need some 45 RCA players?
No, I've already got too many. Meaning two. Two is
I just finished my first one for a guy, and I gave it to him, and then I tried to address the idler wheel, and it just wouldn't play. So I had to order one on eBay. Found one on eBay. I'm waiting for it to arrive.
You want to stay away from the brass ones. Those are the early ones that are really not very good. You want to get the ones that are more like the black plastic platters.
Yeah. When they work great though. They're pretty cool.
Oh yeah, no, I moved a couple of those along for. I remember I brought a couple just for giggles one time to one of the before Castleton, probably the last show before Castleton, and I was amazed when I walked in. I don't know whose table, but there were two different tables that each had a couple of these with like ridiculous prices, like $350 or something.
Yeah,
crazy. And I put like 125 on mine. And this guy came over. He was carrying a 45. It's like, will it play this? And it's like, sure. Well, I threw it on there and I played it, and he was thrilled to walk away, with one of those for 125. And I was thrilled to get 125 for it. I think I had about 30 in it. It was like, but I don't know. I guess there must be some special ones, but
well, they just had different variations of the same.
Yeah, they all basically did the same thing. Some had amplifiers in them, some didn't. I've got that gray and pink one, and then I've got a gray and green one, or green and gray, whatever, with the amplifiers in them. I think I sold off the ones up top that are just, you have to have the companion RCA radio to plug it in.
Ah, okay.
There's no speaker, no amplifier in those.
Yep.
Oh, here we go.
Related stuff. Transceiver.
The ICOMs, yeah, they look like ICOMs.
Yeah.
$500, $600.
Yeah, 500. 600 on the top. And one
big speaker.
Yeah.
That's a hearing aid.
Monster.
Yeah. You probably collect all people's teeth, metal out of their mouths, just turn it towards them.
Yeah, do some thumping.
Bogan.
That's a cool 60s Lafayette receiver right there.
Yep.
Yeah, that is.
Not a real big one, but a cute one.
Yeah,
it's cute.
I like it. I certainly have
with the little Acratune light.
All right. Yep. 250.
If it's got to be stereo, you got to make sure you're right in the middle so that you have balance between your left and right channel.
That's right. That's actually
wow. It wants 250 for that thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
a little high.
Probably what that's probably what the 7868s and that Bogan above it cost.
Yeah.
Tube tester, I believe. Yeah.
This is perfect for Halloween. You've got a Frankenstein
Oh yeah.
carcass in the front yard and have them, with one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. This and the
Hey, but this might actually measure transconductance or something, in modes. You can make sure you've got balanced tubes in your push-pull audio amplifier.
lots of little modes on here. You add this plus the plus that Variac, they make quite a
Yep.
That makes for some fun displays.
yeah.
Well, but that one's already, I bet it has an adjustment on it for the line voltage anyway.
Right.
That's a real early tube tester.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I would say.
Dayrad.
Indeed. Oh, here we go. Here's some neat stuff. Wow, this is kind of neat. I'm not sure I've seen one of these before. $150, but it's obviously AM, FM.
I think that's a Stromberg.
That's a neat radio.
Yeah, it is. Stromberg Carlson.
I've never. Oh yeah, you're right. It's I've never
You
seen.
have a
Surprised that
really,
little
it's funny,
RPA.
you got a manufacturer with a really long name like Stromberg Carlson, and so they're into lots of letters, so they write standard broadcast and frequency modulation as opposed to, if it was a GE radio, it would just say AM and FM,
They got
keep
this
it
long.
short.
Well, they got this nice band there. Wow. Yeah. Neat radio.
Yeah.
RCA over here.
Two RCAs, actually.
Yeah. Make that 3.
3 RCAs. Look at that.
And then 2 Philcos.
Yes.
This looks like a German portable. Is it a Telefunken Bajazzo? $60? Yeah, that's that's actually pretty reasonable. I spent 50 for my Bajazzo, and I really like it. And mine's in terrific condition too. And batteries were included.
Is that one of those ones that has like a 7 or a 7.5 volt battery in it?
No, they just took this is from the late '60s. They took the more conventional
Okay.
E's. Thankfully, nothing too scary. But boy, they have terrific reception. I have a 205, Bajazzo TS205, and that has terrific reception. It's great, nice radio. For very reasonable money. Nice teak case. Lafayette. I think we're almost done with these photos. We're running a little over here. Ico. All sorts of goodies here. That's I think that's a knockoff.
Smokey the Bear's hat.
Yeah. You got it all on this photo. Look, you got a transoceanic here.
Yeah, it's a Royal 1000 TL.
Yeah.
Got a spinal cord or something back there.
Yeah, you got a, yes.
Yeah. That's the guy. Sales have been slow.
Yeah. And when in doubt, we'll have a spinal cord. Wherever it takes, however it takes. We're going to get you into our table. This is weird. I have no idea what this radio is with the handle. I don't see the handles very often. Oh, here we go. We got to actually have a look. QFX. I've never seen.
Nice little doors on it.
Yeah, I can't remember the model they called that, but it's a French door Zenith.
I don't see that very often. It's maybe the first ones I've seen. This must be a knockoff. It's QFX. I get it. It's a retro-looking radio, but it's. So I think there's some. I don't know about that thing down there. It almost looks a digital display, or what is that? Or is that, or am I just mistaken? So it's strange with this down, you know.
I have no idea.
The QFX does make me think, you know, I don't know. Ah, now this is a Lova Opta, I believe. Yes, it is. I'm trying to think which model this is, but this looks to be a US. It's actually an import model because it's got the full spectrum. So this is probably around, I don't know, probably around 54 or 5. You don't see these with the full FM spectrum very often. Most of these were German only, so you got cut off at 100, but I definitely see this going up to 108 there. Unusual radio, plus also the more limited bands. Not often seen in US trim like this. Nice radio. I mean, the cabinetry, they're beautiful looking radio, and I always love their logo with a stylized trim around the tuning on.
John, what would you say for like a year made on that thing?
This,
It looks like it's really early 50s or something.
I was thinking like 54 or 5. Yeah, 54 or 5.
Well, that late, okay.
Yeah, they kept this going for until probably around 55, 6, 7 around when they had a less heavily insetted cabinet, but that was one of their sort of design motifs. And I always thought the Lova Opta made just such elegant looking radios. This one's in terrific shape. I mean, the grill cloth's beautiful. There's some polishing up and cleanup. This would be a, and there's a little less goodies, which makes it probably a little easier to repair.
Mm-hmm.
Nice piece. Also, very uncommon radio, being a US spec. Uncommon. Mm-hmm. Oh, here we go with Spartan. And that is the real deal, I think.
I think that's a real sled.
Yeah, looks like to me. If you have to ask the price, you can't afford it.
Oh, yeah, that's why there's no tag on it. You know.
Yeah. Well, look at these. Wow.
Charlie again.
Charlie McCarthy Majestic.
Yeah. Looks in terrific condition too.
That's a Crosley. They're Arvin.
Yeah, that's unusual. This one here. This one, this multicolored.
That little two-tone little suitcase looking thing there on the left. What's that?
Yeah, no idea. I can't get any closer, unfortunately.
The one in the back's an Emerson, isn't it? That little.
Yeah, I think it is the black one.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, yes, it is. Yeah, you made the call. A Trago. I saw one of those because Merrill, one of our members who has an impressive early radio collection, probably one of the best in New England, if not maybe in the country, has had one of these up for sale. All original. Wow. Tubes, good, all original.
All the insulation fell off of the wires.
Huh.
That was an option.
Right.
Yeah.
It'd be extra for that.
That's right. Books, lots of books. Radio, telephone, boy, electrician. Well, there's, like I said, Lova Opta in the background. Some Zenus, and I'll just bang through these. I assume these are. I think we're winding down here. I might cut you guys loose soon. We're just having a little longer than planned.
good stuff though.
It is. Because I figured next meeting I might at least get a little bit of Brookline in.
Volt.
Oh, look at this. This is unusual. What a pretty
That's nice.
cabinet. What a cabinet. Gosh, that's pretty. No idea what it is, but it's good looking.
At work. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good looking cabinet too. Cariolio.
Modern, right? Does it
Yeah, exactly.
Must have has a cassette deck in the back.
Yeah,
maybe?
probably.
1998 OTR-98. That's probably when that came out.
Yeah. Actually, kind of interesting looking in its own way. Some meters.
Oh, an AK-40.
HA.
150 works.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah, old Catras. Wow.
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 That's
nice.
cool. I like these. That's fun to see. National. My God, can you imagine just lifting this thing?
NCR.
It looks like a beast.
Surprised it doesn't have any. Isn't supposed to. I mean, it obviously it looks like it's all complete like that, but I'm used to seeing things like this with the marble, so that you can tap the coin on it to make sure it's not a slug or With,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Right.
Up until the late 1990s, the barbershop I went to was founded in like 1902.
Yep.
And they had a cash register like that. They still use it in the 90s.
Wow. That's fun to see. 'Cause I remember
Yeah.
little kids, they had the button push thing that
Yeah.
checking out the grocery store. And think today, wow, how much longer it took to check out of your grocery store.
Yeah.
And now you
Before
just think,
scanners. Yeah.
God, boy, scanners think about it, are a blessing.
Nice carbon mic there.
Ultra mic.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Pretty cool stuff.
Hmm.
Some sort of amplifier.
That's another amp.
Early Macintosh stuff, like really
Western
early. Or Western Electric.
Electric
Here we
right
go.
here.
Some Wico stuff.
Oh,
People pay big bucks for that stuff.
oh, absolutely. Bindo
2A3
Bindo
vacuum tubes.
I have no idea what this does, but
Looks like it's. I don't know what it is. It's a bindo mat.
the binder mat.
Of course it is.
Yes, I guess of course it is.
Looks like it might be some
Ah.
kind of like a splicing machine for like
Maybe
8mm or something. Whatever you're trying to splice together. I don't know what it is. Bindo mat.
Must be the teardown.
Batteries not included.
What these are.
Relays or something?
Relays of some kind.
Caps. Lots of those. Meters. Styrofoam. Or is that, what is that? Looks like styrofoam. Or no, they're not. There's some sort of plastic thing.
I just Googled what this bindo mat is. It's actually a slide maker if you want to make slides for a
Okay.
projector.
That's what that little screen was for, so you could look at the slide when you
Probably.
on top of
Yeah.
there. There's a classic.
I had no idea
Tiac.
what that was.
No, nor I don't think any of us did. Sure. Yak.
Takes me back to college dorm days. Everybody had their TX.
Wow. Heavy to haul those around.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mine was worse. I had a Revox.
Look at this HP with all the.
Yeah, 28S. That's relatively new.
Yeah. Especially since it has a regular keyboard here.
Yeah.
Binoculars? Proviole.
Advent used to sell, I think it was called the 201 or something. It was a Dolby unit that you could use with your reel-to-reel tape deck.
Really?
Oh, okay, that's an antenna tuner.
Oh, okay. Ah, okay. You're right. And a barometer switch.
That's a military Johnson Viking matchbox.
Ah,
Tune your antenna to make it resonant so you don't fry your transmitter.
Yeah.
there you go. Yep, single core, U.S. Army.
Made by General Lee Electric.
That's right. That's the case we didn't know. Now we know for sure.
I had back in the old days, talk about matching. Back in the old days, I used to have a customer up in Maine, and they did like high-powered, I don't know, some kind of, maybe for TV stations or something. They did these super high-powered amplifiers, RF amplifiers into waveguide. Waveguide that was like 1 foot by 2 foot rectangular waveguide, and they wanted. I mean, it was really pushing the technology of our network analyzers, because the matches that they were looking for, because they were such high powered and such low frequency into waveguide, not into coax, that if there was a bad mismatch, I mean, things exploded and flew across the room, and it was like shrapnel was the result of like not getting a good match. It was a cool place to go and visit, but
interesting.
I would sell them, network analyzers that didn't even go up to a gigahertz.
That's funny.
Yeah.
More military. Transceiver.
Hey, 2 meters. The tour.
Multi tour.
That's cute. I never saw one of those.
Oh, kind of cool. Yep. Beef kit. Lunchbox.
If you want to do 2 meter AM, you gotta buy one of them.
Tuning unit.
Another tuner, field tuner. Oh, it's a kid's code thing.
Oh yeah. I have one of
High
those.
fidelity.
But not that same one. I have a different. I have an older set. It's actually pretty nifty. I'll have to show it next time. I got it from Roger because I remember we had it as kids. Must have given to us as a gift. They're the old metal boxes. It's got the instructions.
$15 code signaling set. $15.
Wow. That's a good deal with the box and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mine's a pretty good shape.
I think it's the original wire too.
I'll show it next. I'll show it like the next meeting. It's actually pretty. I've yet to even play with it, but I remember I got it because I remember we had one as kids. We didn't have the box, and you could teach yourself Morse code and all the other stuff.
We were poor. I had a piece of wood and a nail and some bell wire, and a bent piece of metal, and tin, and so not one of those round ever ready 9-volt stand-up battery things, and you key it and it would go click, click, click.
Yep.
Satchel Carlson. There you go.
Tim Burke again. Wurlitzer. Some stuff in the stand here. Got a German.
There, that one in the middle there. That's what became the 1201
Yep.
and the 1401.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's different.
They made them in 48 and
sometimes
49.
they bring more money than the 1201s, I think, just
Oh,
because
definitely.
of that weird styling on the top there.
This Philco had a little table model, just an AM radio that they call it the was it the Boomerang? I think it was, or
Yeah. I
it
think
had
you're
some
right.
name like that. Yeah.
I had that same little lump on top there.
And it's just a crappy little 4-inch speaker that's in there, It's not, it's not like it's the greatest fidelity thing you've ever heard, but it's cool looking, so it brings the money.
Yeah. A few scopes. a Zenith here. This
It's
is
kind of like a, it's not a chair side, well, sort of a chair side. It looks like it's kind of a table type built-in radio. See the 4 legs in the background?
oh yeah, 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 yeah.
You pan up, see that? You got a
Mhm.
speaker right there, and you got like
Yep.
a leaf that folds out.
Yeah, no, for sure. Blaupunkt here looks like a Sultan.
Speak of the devil, there's one on the end.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
God, my parts radio was nicer than that.
that was missing the grill and the speaker.
Got a perfect cartridge in it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what the heck is going on here? It's a Scott here, and
Yeah, I was gonna say that might be one of those like all wave things or something, you know, or some kind of Scott. It's supposed to be nice and shiny chrome, all those cans and tube covers. Count how many tubes.
that's a
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, not enough tubes. Usually the Scots were like 12s or 15s,
yeah.
but there's the speaker that goes to it too on the side.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. See how we saw that. Oh, here's the Emerson. Yeah.
Little Emerson.
Is that one of those? Is that a, what do they call it, a curtain burner?
Probably.
Could be. Yeah, it's got a ballast tube in there. Ooh, there you go.
Ooh, there you go. Some heavy duty pricing. $575.
Yeah.
Crystal. Speakers and all these stuff.
Jackson bells.
Oh yeah. Ooh, that's nice looking. The Zenith. Very nice.
I just shipped one of those this week.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Those
Like
are
that.
great.
What's
It,
that?
Yeah.
you know,
7S633.
it's got the look without having the bulk of the console.
Right.
Yeah, it is a console chassis in a table
Yeah.
model cabinet.
Sansui.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. An antenna
Oh.
attenuator. Oh, a
Ooh,
sound
grab these.
projector. 16 millimeter sound. Bell and
Yeah.
Howell.
Oh yeah,
Boy,
we
when you-
played these in elementary school and college. I ran these
Yeah.
all the time. I could still do this in my sleep probably.
Mm-hmm.
They'll probably do
When you
it.
saw one of those set up in the classroom, you knew it was going to be a good day.
Oh, well, especially you saw the big reel. We saw,
Yeah.
oh, this is gonna burn sometime. But sometimes I'm really good. I actually liked it, not because I wanted the time. Sometimes you learned a lot from. So, especially they did these fun things in the 50s, But
Mhm.
they were a little schmaltzy, but they were pretty well done.
Or maybe 60s even.
Yeah, some of these were black and white,
Right.
Sure.
But oh yeah, I could definitely run this. I just need I could probably.
Well, this was a
It's-
fancy one. This had automatic feed and everything.
Yeah.
You didn't even have to
Right.
open up the side and
You,
figure it all out.
No, we only had to open it if things went awry. Occasionally things
Right.
something that had a problem in the film, and I remember having
Yep.
to debug this. But this is like stuff I used to run back in my day. I remember this well. That was cool. It was on a cart. We had this old roll cart.
Sure.
Oh yeah, with a power strip.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, absolutely. Wow, this is walking down memory lane. Exact color.
Don't be geeking out on us here now
Oh.
about again how
Oh, I know. It's
your,
fine.
your fond memories of being an AV club geek or something.
I was.
I
I
don't really
just
need to be hearing that.
no. I wasn't belong to any club. I just naturally I had an affinity for it before, and didn't have to become a club to prove it. Like, really fun. It's pretty cool.
Did they let you run the overhead projector too?
I bet you always volunteered. Well, no, I was on the road to ruin. I was the one who always volunteered to go and run the mimeograph machine so I could
Oh,
sniff
so you
the
could smell the
fluid.
ink. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I never minded
Ah.
I'll be back. I think I better run another batch. Ah.
That's funny. Yeah, they had to use hell, didn't they? They certainly did.
Poisonous fumes.
S108 Hallcrafters.
That's it, Bob. Bring us back.
Bring us back.
It's starting to flash back there on mimeograph fumes.
Sorry about that. I just got myself out of. What just happened here?
Uh-oh. You locked it up.
Oh, I know what happened. You get that. It's like a pop-up. You get it on the computer that says, you surfed the entire internet. Now go do something.
Yeah.
I think it was, he got into that whole AV club mode there and he just
I lost my
spazzed out.
Oh, okay. Whoops. Whoops. That was.
Whoa! There we go.
I didn't mean to do that. Let me just check. Actually, while I'm here, let me just actually.
Well, it is 9:30 your time. It's like.
Yeah. Let me just check and see if we're done or very close to it, because.
Oh, that's true. It might have just hung because you were at the end.
No, actually, there's surprisingly a large number of photos here. Let me see how many do we have left? Because we're gonna be here forever otherwise. Geez, when do I? Or there's a few pieces we want to see. Let me zip through these. I'll accelerate. I'll give you guys a taste. I forgot how many photos were in here. I thought there was a smaller number. Maybe I didn't, scroll down there, because we've got like.
John may have added to it.
He must have, because when I looked at it, I'm like, I remember seeing that many. I thought we'll blow through these. We're at like the 50% mark.
Don't hit that AI companion button. It just generates stuff that doesn't even exist.
Tell you what, I will zip through these. I'll give like a several minute thing, and we'll call it quits, because we've really blasted well past it. Everyone's being great about this, so I didn't anticipate being.
It's been fun.
It has. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, but I didn't really plan to have it that long. But since you guys,
Well, see, for Noah and I, it's only 8:30. So.
Right. Exactly.
Let me. Whoops. Am I sharing?
Oh, for a second there you are. Oh, here we go. Woo.
What have I got sharing?
That's a collage. We could see a lot of them if you leave it in that mode.
Well, let me. Okay, let me get back to the pictures here. All right, let me. Duliva. Wow, there's a lot. All right, this is where we left off. All right, let me try and fix the sharing part again. All right, share screen. There we go. Sorry about that. Somehow I got myself in this weird state and threw me off.
Audio digital amplifier.
So I'm gonna go. I'll zip through these, and we can stop at something really.
1,000 watts of audio digital amplification.
1 billion watts. Early. Oh,
Lionel train transformer.
Wow.
Very early indeed.
Wow.
With a rheostat.
That's pretty cool.
And you slide that handle back and forth.
Clock.
There's what everybody needs.
Look at that.
That's yeah.
That's a
knockoff. I'm looking and saying that can't be right. Yeah, it's a knockoff. BMW. Pan. I'm not going to pan in. Just if guys see something you want to likely stop, I'm just going to zip through these just somewhat quickly. If the shots are not really super close. Elvis is right here.
Oh, yeah, there's his microphone.
There is. Telecron clock, $30. That's a nice shape. Not Telecron, Sessions. We're looking up TV color box. Oh yeah, you see plenty of these. RC Victor AM FM. Nice enough radios.
Isn't that the one you have, Bob?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought you have that above your workbench or something.
I have one in my shop.
Yeah.
This one was modified to be Bluetooth, so it doesn't need the knobs anymore.
There you go.
Ooh, tube caddies.
All over. Look at them, filled with tubes.
All right, Compactrons are us.
Okay, tester.
Some rare 17 JZ8.
Yeah. Oscilloscope ICO, signal tracer. Ooh, look at this beast.
Fancy signal tracer.
Ooh, a GE Colorama.
I was gonna say that's a GE.
Look at that thing.
That's one of those where instead of a tuning eye, the dial would turn between green and red.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I'd love to see that in operation.
Yeah, I've got the table model like that.
Do you?
Pretty cool, yeah.
Oh, you have to give us a demo one of these days, Greg.
What did they call that thing, Bob? A saturable reactor or something?
I forget what they called that gizmo.
Yeah.
Electroluminescence. No,
I've seen it, but I forgot what they had a name for it. Creative.
But it's got a bank of lights in there, and every other light, one is red and one is green, and then certain ones light up depending on the signal strength.
Interesting. Wow, I'd like to see that. You have to give us a demo one of these days,
The
Greg.
one year only thing GE had, 1936.
Wow. Ooh. Dynakit. Collins, I think. Is that Collins?
Yep.
So.
Dynaco is pretty good. ST70. It's a 35 watts a channel of tube power. It's a good unit.
Helicopter, another one. Other helicopters.
Viking Valiant.
Viking Valiant. Oh, you don't see those that often.
Classic ham transmitter.
Testers. Oh, look at that. Looks the Vibrex key. Look at that. Looks brand
Fancy.
new. $150. Pretty
Wow.
cool. Now the Collins.
Oof. Floor standing.
Yeah.
That's got the receiver, and I think that's a transmitter that's holding that up.
Yeah, I think that's right. Of course, Gary would be able to tell us everything about him.
That's pretty impressive.
R390A.
Wow. Helicopter.
699.
You're just rattling me off there, Bob. So great. Lodestars, is that right there? Some neat lamps. Oh, look at this. This is interesting. A web core.
Yeah, web core. It's hefty.
That is.
That Nano would have one of those.
Yes, indeed. Ah, the dog makes his appearance again. Gooberlicious.
Uberlicious.
Gooberlicious, just so we know. Oh, speakers.
Saw that before.
I think we saw that.
Different
Yeah.
angle.
Oh, Radiola. That's pretty cool. Ah, we saw that before.
I think we saw that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Stuart Warner. Actually, nice looking radio. Oh, look at this piece too. This Firestone. That's a good looking radio too.
Name that's known as Firestone.
Not sure what this is.
That's got to be a training kit or something.
Yeah, electronics kit of some kind.
Just equipment. Old TV box. Missing the cuts. This is interesting.
Buddy Boy, Crosley.
Carving going on there, or
Yeah,
whatever it is.
Repwood cabinet.
Yeah, needs some work for sure.
Yeah.
Singer TV.
Wow. With
Sewing
UHF.
machine.
Wow, that's kind of interesting. That's unusual. Display tubes. Military gear. That's Russian, I guess, judging from the symbols. And yeah, I guess same stuff. Oh, look at this Emerson combo everything.
Wow.
Dishwasher, stereo.
Yeah.
Microwave oven.
That's right.
Washer dryer.
He even has a juicer attachment.
Yeah.
It's funny.
An antenna or something that would bang Curly over the head with?
It's got to be an element for TV or something. Something high frequency anyway.
One of those very early pre-cable paid channel things, like channel 27 out of Worcester. That
Right.
put one of those on your roof to get channel 27.
Yep.
Yes. We had one of them in Jersey, channel 68.
Oh, sure. Fada? Early Fada.
Frank
Wow,
D'Angelo.
RCA license plate. There's what you need, Bob.
Yeah.
Put that on the wagon.
His master's voice.
Well, the demo was his.
There's a early transoceanic with the bomber grill cloth.
Yeah.
Those things seem to bring some good money.
They used to bring insane money, but they've come way down.
They've come down, but I mean, they still. There's a 41.
There's a 41 Zenith.
Is that an automatic tuner?
Yeah, it's got presets, and I think the bottom is the presets, and then the
right.
tone controls are like up high.
Yeah. That's got to be the 7-tube.
Alto.
Yeah. It's probably the predecessor to the radio you just mailed.
Yeah, it is a year earlier.
It's good. It's good looking piece though.
Didn't Noah just do one like that? The console version?
Who?
Noah.
Yeah, I think so. Looks familiar.
Yeah. Because you were looking for a glass for one, I think.
Yeah, the console.
Oh,
version.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I never actually did set up the presets. I should probably go and do that for them.
No idea what this is.
So when your parents go out to dinner when you were a kid, you get your friends over and you watch stag movies on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bijou, the finest in Swedish and Danish films.
Ooh, so
Yeah.
cool.
$150.
37,610.
Yeah.
Radio.
And I think I used to see those for like $20 at flea markets and stuff, and I just never pulled the trigger on any.
It's like somebody did some veneer work on that one.
Yeah, now looking at
Yeah.
this, it doesn't look consistent.
Yeah.
No, it was the bad. The bad news is the water damage that made them do that on the front also was on the inside where the
Where the
chassis.
chassis
Yeah,
was.
right. So,
That's unusual.
It's a repop dial, I
I was
think.
gonna say it's weird looking. It doesn't.
Someone tried to wipe the numbers off the dial and then put that in there.
Yeah.
huh.
That's like a 3760 or something.
Hmm.
It's like,
Like the wrong aspect ratio.
Yeah, it is a little bit
Look
weird.
at that. There's some 70s stuff.
Brother, oh sure, Brother was a 70s, 80s. Look at this sound
that.
design. Sound design. Oh,
8-track player.
yeah, exactly.
AM FM 8-track.
Another shot. Oh, some old stuff here. Magnavox, huh? That's
Wow.
interesting. First Magnavox I've ever seen of this era. Wow, look at that.
Is there like a picture or something on that tube on the
What?
left?
Let me back her up there. Oh yeah, you're right. Yes, indeed. I'm not sure what of. what it says. That's a tough
Like the globe or something. I don't know. Weird.
Yeah. Probably was the tube manufacturer to give you, you know, a little who made this wonderful tube.
Increase.
I think
Indeed.
that's just an amplifier.
Maybe.
I don't think that's a radio. That's just an amp.
It might be. What does it say? Audio frequency amplifier. You got it. Audio frequency amplifier. Oakland, California. Horns.
Philco and a Crosley.
No.
I think it's a Model 66 Philco.
She's good looking, interesting cabinet design.
I think the Crosley's a 167. Looks like a Stromberg again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And the other Crosley.
Yeah. Top-notch restorations.
Yeah.
Clinton
I
Park,
like going.
I know roughly where Clinton Park, New York is. Oh yeah, another shot of that. There's a Zenith.
Big 6 to 1937.
Variety of goodies. The Stromberg Carlson at the bottom. Not sure what that is here.
That's probably a True Tone or a Detroit.
Oh yeah, that's. I think you're right. Yes, that makes sense.
Radio Rex. Little novelty radios over there, pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
it's pretty cool.
It's one of those Philco
TV
refrigerators.
Oh, there's, yeah, okay.
Goes on top of the refrigerator. It's got two of them actually. He's got the one with the clock and then the one that's just the radio.
Hmm.
The one on the very top left is the one with just the radio, and then the other one has the clock on one half and the radio on the other. They both have the radius ends. See how the bottom is curved? They were meant to sit on top of a Philco refrigerator.
Oh.
Old refrigerators that were kind of rounded on top.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Who's the pastors?
That's a club table where they sell caps and tubes and.
Okay.
And this has got to be the buy it now table.
Yeah, it's some ragged looking. Yeah, some ragged looking stuff.
I saw a guy Saturday walking off with that.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
There wasn't a stitch left on there.
Oh, it's free.
Oh, one needle is there yet.
Look, you got a pair. There's a pair of sort of kind of matching speakers.
Yeah, those
there.
flags are kind of hard to find too if you got a
Yeah,
a dual cassette deck. Look at that dual cassette deck, so you can make copies.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Those are the time we used to pirate.
The basement tapes.
Oh, sure.
And Grateful Dead tapes.
Yeah.
Smuggling tape recorders into concerts.
Absolutely. Some for old TV. A Brunswick radio. I've seen one of those.
Before they got into bowling balls, they were making radios.
Yeah.
Discovered they did go down the alley as well as around.
Right. Yeah.
It just looks an awful lot like a Radiola 17 or 18, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
But if you get enough velocity on it with enough well-oiled lane, I think you probably get a strike.
Yeah, it just needs a little bowling alley wax on the cabinet there. Shine it up. What's it sitting on? Atwater Kent table radio or something?
Oh, go back her up. Sure.
Hey, look. It's one of those cast pieces that breaks that we learned about earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Probably is.
Yes, indeed.
There,
Looks
there it is.
There it is.
Same one.
We know where we can get one of those. Whoa.
Oh, this is German. There we go.
A wow and flutter meter.
Wow.
Try to say that fast.
That's pretty funny. I have no idea who made
It's if you're trying to measure the, your Grundig TK45 or 46, you want to measure the wow and flutter on your tape recorder, you can use this thing.
There you go.
You can't fix it, but you can measure it.
Yeah, so you know what you. Yeah. Random stuff. Saba. This is, I think, a 90. Is it a Saba 90? No, it's better than that because they have the twin speaker. 175.
It says 90 on the left. So I think you're right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. It is a 90. Somehow I thought the 90 had a single speaker, but no, that's this. Yeah, because it looked like a 90 to me. I forgot I had to guess two speakers.
Better be in perfect operating condition.
Yeah, 175. Yeah, it's still a good radio, but it's a lot of plastic in there. They don't have quite the look of the nicer line ones.
Almost looks like it might have some kind of little scratch or crack up there in the top on the right, but maybe that's just some kind of.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. It wouldn't surprise me if, especially the wood that the finish often did it on those. So I would be willing to bet you that it's, this is a very stripped down. But it wouldn't disappoint me. It's still have good speakers. It sound more than respectable. 175, seems a little high.
I'd be hard pressed to come up with 75 on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm cheap.
That's fair. Computer 250 firm. The guts of something.
Come on, Bob. You must know what that is.
Dummy load.
No idea.
Oh, a dummy load.
You big dummy.
Yeah, dummy load. Yeah, I was on that career path for a while there.
Kansas City, Missouri.
The Vendo company.
Vendo, yeah. I don't know. All this stuff.
Man.
Columbia. There you go.
I didn't know they made it reel to reel. I thought they were. Well, that's true. They made reel to reel tapes.
Oh, sure. Coffin box. Missing a couple of tubes, a few tubes. Oh, here's some interesting pieces.
That's kind of a cool radio. When you change the bands on that, there's a light that travels with the band switch.
No.
So it's either lit in red or lit in green, depending on what band you're at. I forget what model. It's RCA, but I forget what model number.
Okay. Yeah.
Neat radio.
It's kind of cool.
An airline behind it.
Airline, yeah. RCA.
Looks like a 7T maybe.
I think it might be 60.
I have a 7T out in the workshop right now. That
Yeah,
was the one
the 7T
I thought
was the taller one. That was a 6-tuber.
I thought that was the one that the transformer cooked on, but it wasn't. It was just one of those voltage dividers, resistive voltage dividers.
The 5Ts had the problem with the transformer.
A properly done, at least, veneered Philco.
I think they were a model 610, 36.
Sounds right. Oh, a couple of Zeniths.
Twins.
Made them in a couple different versions. Actually, you got both versions right there.
Yeah.
The difference being is that the one with the blue dial pointer, the one on the right, actually has a phonograph input on the back, and the one with the red dial pointer does not.
Okay.
I like the look of the right one more.
I don't know why, but that's how they made them.
Mhm.
A little factoid, curiosity of radio history. Oh, champagne radio,
Ah,
champagne
Can't
music.
see the cool
Hey,
radio
music.
that's
Brooklyn
going.
champagne music, huh?
Wonderful, wonderful.
That's it.
Thank you, Bobby and a Susie.
Yeah.
Oh, Pepsi Cola.
Bobby and Sissy.
Yeah.
Oh, Heathkit transmitter.
Which one? DX something.
DX20.
It's 20, yeah.
Johnson transceiver tester. Johnson controls, I guess. With operating manual.
Scanning unit.
Flat and Sharp. CG Con.
Elkhart,
Limited.
Indiana.
Strobocom. Must be for
But
like
let's
tuning
check
tuning
the
an
residents of the
organ
know.
or something
Ooh, there,
like
if you
that.
need some 27 tubes, there you go.
And here's Raytheon. See, there's the Raytheon. I don't know if they would paint orange or red, but that would have been the color of their logo. And that
Wow, lots of
TV.
27.
Tubes. Heathkit. Stereo hi-fi amplifier. It's like $300, I think. Yeah.
200. Oh, no, 300, yeah.
Oh, a stack of all sorts of equalizers and goodies. Lots of sliders to play with.
Lots of sliders to get a 12-pack of Deoxit.
Yeah. We various pieces here. Interesting with the thing with that on-off switch on the side like that.
The Nat Water, I think an 82 or an 84 in the middle. RCA.
Odd-shouldered. Some kind of Zenith, right? With that colored chassis
Yeah.
and that kind of speaker. So we got two
That
speakers.
looks like the 15 tube chassis.
It's
Yeah.
a two-way speaker system.
Yeah, look at the size of the speakers, like buckets. Like a bucket here. It looks like a shell head.
Yeah. Well, you don't want those two cones interfering with one another, so they have to have their own little enclosures.
Oh.
And look, push-pull output stage on the audio.
Yeah.
I think they had push-pull driving those too.
Yeah, it looks like it over on the other
I
side.
think that's a quad of 6v6s.
Yeah.
This is healthy.
That's probably the quad of 6v6s does the woofer, and then the pair of in push-pull does the tweeter.
Could be. Yeah.
Hammerland.
Hammerland.
Bi-amplified. Ooh.
125. Rare.
High Q. Realistic.
EX302. I had one of them.
It's an up close.
Wow, with a pre-selector, huh?
Tubes.
Bottles, and more bottles.
Ooh,
Another cast register. $289. National.
no sale.
Yeah, no sale today. 5 cents actually. Over here.
Best of the blues.
Okay.
The big H.
Powercrafters. A Bogan.
A bogus Bogan. Must be power amplifier. 607's audio amplifier. Rack mountable.
Oh.
Another rack mountable.
It's a beast. It's a sort of military piece for sure. Navy Department of Bureau.
Navy.
It's on a ship. Camden, New
RCA
Jersey.
manufacturer. Wow.
1941
Pre-war.
contract date. Yeah.
This is interesting. Back is it?
Metronome?
Oh yeah, maybe. Well, no. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably metronome.
Yeah.
Huh.
Trying to read, was that $2 or 200 or understand what that price is?
Maybe that's 200 lira.
Yeah, it's probably maybe.
Bell and Howell.
France Electric Metronome. France. New Haven, Connecticut.
Hmm.
Sockets.
Yeah, sockets. Bunch of goodies.
Nice Magnavox horn there.
Oh yeah.
Pink
Frog.
phone.
Was there a big frog there?
If there were a big frog that can revert.
Maybe it's getting later than I thought.
You're
Go
seeing.
back a
mimeograph.
picture
Oh,
to,
yeah.
to the left.
Oh
What is
yeah,
that?
Is that a rat?
Oh no, it's the radio rat.
Oh, the radio rat.
Yeah, I know
Okay.
which table that is. That actually belongs to Richie, the president of the Jersey Club.
Oh, Rich Lee.
Rich Lee.
Oh, okay.
That's his table.
Okay.
Radio rat before.
Pink TV, a pink phone. I guess that had to go. That pink. Oh, this is nice.
Yep, GE.
National.
Oh, that's probably one of them 300 disc CD changers.
Yeah.
Maybe even 500.
What we got here?
Dot bar generator, television.
Oh yeah.
Pick your channel,
Oh yeah.
pick your pattern.
Dumont. Oh, Kia Vibroplex looks similar to the one we saw earlier.
Yeah, maybe a different view.
Yeah. Speech intelligibility enhancer. Wow. 55 bucks. Oh, yeah, we saw this earlier, but this is, or maybe, no, maybe not. I take that back. Philco.
A lot of Philcos there.
Oh.
This could be Kirk's.
God, it's covered with Philcos.
Seem to be in good shape.
Yeah. It's unusual. This two-tone piece.
You prefer the brown knobs or the white knobs?
Indeed.
That's actually a Jewel, but it's a clock radio.
Yeah, it's actually rather nice. I've never seen one like that before.
So he's got the Christmas lights out too.
It's Peter Wick's repair table at the club table.
Oh, okay.
He's the only guy I know that does repairs in the middle of all this stuff going on. It's crazy.
Knobs, lots of knobs.
Gobs of knobs.
Oh yeah, there you're right. Gobs and knobs. I mean, I've heard of it, but I didn't realize.
Heard of it, and I've gone to the website, but I never actually saw his display.
That's the former president of the Delaware Valley Club, is Mike Costi. That's one of the transmitters. What you're seeing here is they have an AM and an FM transmitter. Now I have an AMT 5000.
Yeah.
That's AM transmitting it through the thing, and they have FM there as well doing a transmitter. So if you have an AM radio or an FM radio, you can pick up the music and stuff that they're broadcasting throughout the affair.
Good way to
It's
demo
kinda
what
cool.
you're trying to sell. Yeah.
Another one.
It's a little fancier than the one that I use.
Yeah, that's good.
And it's stereo too, and it's professional.
Wow.
It says so right on it.
When he says that, you gotta believe it.
That's almost, that moves the decimal point.
Oh man.
I've got the SS Tran and I've got the Talking House too.
What's that?
And as far as transmitters, I've got the SS Tran and the Talking House one that were used by
Okay.
realtors.
Okay, yeah, I have an SS Trend as well. And you came
I
from.
bought, since
That's cool.
maybe it's now going to be a collectible, because I have one, actually I have two of the FM transmitters that were, I can't remember the brand name of them, but I bought them at You Do It Electronics.
Oh, and it's closed. Oh,
Closed.
wow, this is like blows me away. Yeah, I guess these institutions, it just shows that, nothing is constant.
No.
Directron. Dial.
Battery eliminator, power supply.
Ah,
Weighs more than the battery.
Oh, no question. Radiola 20. Another 250 for a set. Oh, look at that. It's rather
Ooh, mirror finish.
75. Very nice. Certainly has the look. Oh, breadboard.
Way too complicated. By the time I tune it in, the radio program's over. By the time I get
Yeah,
it.
right. A lot of early stuff. Speakers. Some more early stuff.
Were there any bar radios there, Bob?
I didn't see any radio bars.
National Mazda lamps. They just don't make RXs. Tune test.
Classic.
No.
Maybe Hickok.
Nope. Dynakit.
Ooh, a pair.
No. 1100, if I read that right.
Yeah.
That's healthy.
Dual mono.
But it's still less than the weight in pounds.
Oh yeah.
Crosley. Tubes. Oh, got a whole variety of stuff here. You got some
Toys.
45s. And
The piano. I never saw the barrel.
Oh, wow.
Is that a cask? Some kind of barrel thing way over to the right next to the piano?
oh yeah, I've seen one of
It's
those.
like a cask of whiskey.
Yeah,
or
lager. It says
wine.
old lager.
Old lager radio.
Oh, yeah.
That's
You
pretty
say you see
cool.
the beer steins there too?
Yeah.
Ah,
There is one interesting piece in the middle of the table. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Is that
You
the
look at
car
the two
radio?
clocks and then the car,
Yeah, the
that
pull-out.
radio right there. That's a
Car radio. Yeah.
yeah, that's a GM transportable. I probably came out of a '58 Oldsmobile.
Yep.
I know somebody that's got a working version of that. I'd love to get one of them.
You have to get the car though. Then.
Yeah.
Too,
I don't want the car.
I don't think
Well,
it
a
works
friend
without
of mine
the
has
car.
one
You
of those,
you
Daddy.
have to have the car to plug
No,
it in.
they actually have a battery pack.
No, I
think it-
know.
Yeah.
I think it takes like 6 AA's or 8 AA's or something like that.
Now, what about right behind that? You see that little slope phono jack of the TV set in the living room, because being working for Columbia, she, was privy to get that new technology when they were first introducing LPs.
1948.
Yeah, 1948.
Because Philco made that too. They called it an M15. They came out the same time as the Columbia one.
Could have had it for free.
I've got a working one of those plugged into a Zenith. I've got.
Nice, relatively speaking, for its day, lightweight tone arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here's our knockoff.
That is a Thomas Repop of an Emerson.
Yeah.
And that's a real Philco.
Yeah.
Is it? I think it. Maybe it is.
Oh, then we know what his temperature is at 50.
This is somebody's dashboard.
Yeah, 50 degrees outside. I wonder we saw everyone dressed with.
Celebrating the fact that it finally made it up to 50. It got up out of the 40s.
Yeah. I
Oh,
think that's
actually,
it.
we did it. We pull up. Wow,
We
guys.
did it.
We pull. Wow. we blew right
We
past.
made it.
But you guys hung in there. This is the longest meeting I know by far that we ever had.
And there's 5 survivors.
Just think how long it's going to take to upload on YouTube.
Oh my God. I'm not even sure to bother. But
John, when are you taking your vacation to get this on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah.
boy, oh boy, I'll tell you.
All right. Well, you don't have to put it on YouTube if you just log back in tomorrow for all those who got the date wrong and do it all for them over again tomorrow.
Oh, I know. My God. It is a Thursday. So I really said just spanning Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah, exactly.
Almost did.
Yeah, almost. We're not far away. You guys are less than 2 hours away from Thursday.
Well, thanks for hanging in there. You know, I remember that slide. At least my recollection of the photo deck wasn't as big as that. And I thought, oh, we'll easily get this done before 9. And like, here we are. Maybe you're right, Bob. Maybe the photos were added, but that's okay. It was all good stuff. I promise you the next meeting won't be as long. But at any rate, yeah, you know, we had a good time. We had a good time.
No complaints. No complaints.
Like, nobody was saying stop. I just said keep going.
No.
And I said, look, keep going. But
if we didn't do that, I wouldn't have seen my Nana's Columbia record player there.
Right.
On that last slide.
Right. So, but well, at any rate, let me let you guys go. Have a terrific what's left of your night, and we'll see you guys in a couple of weeks.
All righty.
Okay.
Good.
Take care.
Be well, guys.
Right.
See you, Joe.